Good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. Good evening. Can you guys hear me okay? Is the volume too loud or is it okay? Somebody let me know. Is the volume okay or is it too loud? Good evening. So we have had a couple of things that were interesting today, and let's talk about it. These look like they would probably be reactionary, maybe. I do have to define whether they're reactions or critical or what have you. So it's a lot of fun, to say the least. Anyway, good evening. So my first question has to do with Tamera and Wayne. Will they spin the block? Tamera be foolish if she did? Is it a good thing? It's her choice. Is she strong enough to deal with that? And then the second one has to do with Dave's birthday. Will his parents come? Will Amber invite his parents? Because remember, Dave said, this is our circle. So what does that mean? Does that mean don't invite his parents to a birthday party since Amber's still married? And the other question I have, if Amber were to discuss the problem she has with Anthony, do you think Mom might be able to help Amber at all? Like, I don't know, get another lawyer? Anyway, welcome in, everybody. Please hit the like button if you are in the bushes and don't want to participate, but you want to watch. Please hit the like button. How is everyone today? Yes, I am here on a Saturday because yesterday I just couldn't handle any more foolishness because of that podcast. It was too much. I mean, I was literally just over it, like over Wayne and the women falling for it. And I was over it. I really was over it. I couldn't even really relate to anything. I was annoyed, I guess, and bored and tired of Wayne. Anyway, so how is everybody? Hi, Hope. I did get your message, except I just got it a little while ago because I was talking to my husband. We don't see each other all day on the weekends. Absolutely not, because he's not here. So I spend as much time with him and he with me as we possibly can. So, because I actually like him. He's all right. Anyway, so let's get this party started. So I'm going to put on my glasses so I can read this stuff. Let's see. Hope says, I don't think she'll come because Amber is still a married woman and Dave's parents are ministers. Therefore, it puts them in an awkward predicament. And I wonder if that has anything to do with Dave when he said that he and Amber are in their own circle. Does that mean exclude his family from things that they do together? Because he said it was basically him and her against the world or whoever might be objecting. Is that what he meant? Do you remember that conversation? I'm wondering if that's what Dave meant. When Amber is divorced, I'm certain they will welcome her with open arms. I totally agree with that. Hope says, I'm sorry, that was Hope. My apologies. Hi, Eklund. How are you today? Good to see you. I missed you, lady. Good evening, Nonya and chat. Looking like Wayne and Tamera will spin the block. Yes, Dave's parents might show up for Dave, but still end up counseling Erica. Amber, I'm sorry, I'm thinking about Erica and that crazy man. They probably should counsel them. I would think both, and not just Amber, because their son is involved as well. And did we didn't see, I don't remember seeing that Dave's mom spoke to him. Did she speak to Dave when they were in LA? Because this goes both ways. It's not just Amber doing this, just like it wasn't Amber only messing around with Wayne. But everybody wants to blame Amber, but nobody brings it to Wayne's attention that he was involved also. So in this case, I would hope that they would counsel both of them. And to be perfectly honest, at this point, I really would like Amber to ask her attorney to let her get a place to live in her name. Because I'm not for the cheating, and I mean, people are going to do what they're going to do, but I really don't like her basically living there, because at this rate, Anthony's going to be broke, Amber's going to be broke, because Anthony is he has a whole woman living in his house, still married, has Shayla, has the baby. He's already been warned what Kai will cost him. Is he trying to spend up as much money as he can because he has hidden money? So he's going to spend what he has on hand so he doesn't have to go into his hidden money? Let me know what you think. I think he's probably trying not to touch his hidden money. And I hope he's not in the joint accounts. But I guess we probably will never find out. We'll be 100 years old before we find out, or before we even see a divorce, the way things are going. And Angela says, good night, Buttercups. Hi, Angela. How are you, doll? Good to see you, my niece. Angela speaking to everyone. So I will tell you a little bit about what I've been doing. I had to go in and I have to make sure my titles look good. I have to put in a description saying that this is my commentary and blah, 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 on and on and on. Every time I think I'm done, but it still looks good. So kind of do that sometimes when I get off here if I'm not too tired, and I check your comments. I try to respond to all of them. If I miss your comment, it's not on purpose, because I literally do spend hours checking the comments because they're everywhere. So I have to find them, Anyway, but I love doing what I do. And I hope these people say okay, because if they don't, I don't know. And still have to make 4,000 hours, and I have no idea how many hours I have, because they don't show me how many I have. I did check with a few people, and they said you probably are just very close. That's why they're not showing it, but they've not showed it in 2 months. I don't know. Anyway, but I have almost 3 million like total hours of watch time, but they need earned hours, whatever that means. Anyway, Dave's sister can't tell her brother who to love. No, she can't. And, the question I have about that, why did Charity tell Evelyn that she likes Amber? Was that to throw Evelyn off so that Evelyn would go ahead and be with, what's his name, Steven? I mean, what was the purpose of that? That is the most evil sister running around talking about she's sanctified. And where's her husband? And where are her 5 kids? Anyway, if you are in the bushes, please come out and hit the like button. Please hit the like button for me. Oh, and the other thing, do you know I have to tell them like what each thumbnail means, like the bushes? So I have to let them know, basically it means, we're talking to the people in the bushes and we're trying to convince them to come hit the like button. And I'm not kidding you when I tell you these little bitty crazy things. I'm serious. So can you imagine all these little bitty things? But other people don't do it. But I think that the new rules do apply to other people. Some people know it, some don't. But that's not my business, right? Mind my own business, stay out of the bushes. Okay. And Angela says, please like, share, and subscribe to HOST-NONYASISCHAT channel, please. And thank you. And I did pass 3,400 subscribers. So thank you, all of the new subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, it looks like we have somebody new. Is it Rive? Is your name Rive? Rive Fuller? If you are new to my channel and to the chat, because I don't think I've seen your name, I'm Nonya Sis, or call me Nonya. I'm NONYASISCHAT, and we are a non-bashing station as much as we can be. We do have people that come in and meddle once every blue moon, but not often. I was a moderator for O'Neill TV, for Auntie Riri, and for Deontay for a while. For O'Neill, before I set up my own channel, for about 2 years. And I am here in our space. This is our space. And we do cover the skits, but we also talk about food, we talk about music, we talk about a lot of things. Usually it's at the wind down, which is now, and that's in the evening. And I do something called Tea with Me in the morning, which the first week we didn't really cover the skits because they were pretty boring, but we do cover the skits. And I will be putting the video back in after I pass my monetization. And again, I don't know. Somebody told me it was just a lottery where they pull people's channels and they just take a fine-tooth comb to them. And I don't do anything wrong. So anyway, welcome to my channel, Rive. And if that's not how you pronounce it, if you don't mind, you can let me know just by, typing it out in syllables if you want. But I do apologize if I'm saying it incorrectly. Okay, Mary, how are you? Good evening, Mary Fournay. Angela, exactly. Dave is a grown man. And Mary says Amber looks pregnant. Yeah, we've been saying that for a while. But maybe she's just got that 40-something bump. But yeah, but I'm not going to touch that one because we don't know. And I decided to keep my fingers off of things I shouldn't have my fingers on. Better behave myself. Let's see. And everybody's off work today. Hi, Vanessa. Dave's sister. Yeah, she's not a good person. Good evening, Carla. How are you? Hey, Nonya, mods and chats. How are the moderators tonight? How is my chat family tonight? I hope everybody is good. I really do. And I hope you're having a good weekend, a good Saturday. But yes, I came on because I didn't last night, but I just couldn't. I was just so done. I mean, like done. Stick a fork in me. That was a long week. And Denise says, no, I would not trust Wayne. I wouldn't either, Denise. Honestly. He can act like he loves her from a distance. Right? She doesn't have to move back into that house because that's probably what he's going to say, because I don't see him trying to put her into the apartment, even if she does live with Shayla. I don't see him doing that. He tried it with Amber because he was just going to try to scoot in and back in Dave and thinking Amber still likes him. Anyway, I'm not going to let Wayne upset me today. No, 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 no. If you are in the bushes, please come out. Come out wherever you are and hit the like button. And then you can just run back in. Hit the like button. It won't cost you nothing. You can hit it for free, as Stephanie would put it. And Ann Jones, hi, Ann. Oh, Carla, I'm sorry. Tamera would be a fool to spend the block with Wayne. Lauren is on her way out the door. Jealousy is a sickness. It is a sickness. And you know what? I'm so glad I don't have a jealous spirit. I mean, I can really say I don't. And I'm so thankful because when I see people that are jealous, it's like I feel bad for them because they must feel awful running around being jealous of things that they really have no control over. I mean, why be jealous? For what? What are you going to change by being jealous? But as far as Lauren goes, Lauren is history. She is history. She tried to get Tamera's money. She tried to get Denisha's money. She doesn't want him talking. And she was doing the same thing, sitting there flirting with Wayne when he had just broken up with Tamera. And she could care less. She is very selfish. Where's Dan? Somebody bring Dan in. Where's Dan? We need Dan to come get his girl. Don't we? Don't we need Dan to come and get her? Do I have any moderators? I have Angela here tonight. Hi, Ann Jones. Welcome in, Ann. Good to see you. Good to see you, Ann. Ann says hello, everyone. Betty Bush. Hi, Miss Betty. How are you doing, sister? How are you, Betty? Betty be jamming in her car, playing some good gospel. I heard you on Facebook. Yes, I did see it. It was cool, too. I enjoyed it. Vanessa says Dave's sister Charity likes Amber. She says she doesn't like the fact that she's married. You are correct, Vanessa. Like Dave told Amber, they have to keep their circle small. They will eventually see that they are meant to be. I agree. Oh, thank you, Ann. Volume is good. Because sometimes I'll listen to the playbacks and it sounds like I'm so loud. And I'm like, geez. Because I can't hear myself, from here. Watch when Dee finds out Momo has been talking to the police. I saw it. I was trying to comb my hair real quick or rat it and spray it with some hairspray so it'll stay down. Because it's growing like a weed and it's like untamable. And Tamrock, good evening. Good evening to all of you, Tamrock says. Hey, Tamrock, how's it going? How is it going? And it is good to see you here. And I agree with you on your comment you made in the comments. It's Tamera's option, whether she wants to deal with Wayne or not. So she'd better be ready if she is going to. I kind of think that Wayne loves to his capacity, as he puts it, to his capacity. But I think he does see someone else in Tamera. So we shall see what happens. I kind of think that they probably will spin the block. Don't know what will happen with that. Her dad's going to blow a gasket because she tells her dad everything. Kind of like the girl with Mike, the pastor's daughter, who told Mike, tried to make out with her or something. The girl's got to be like late 30s, and she tells her dad every move she makes. So Mike got cursed out. But I digress. We shall see. Alani. Hi, Alani. How are you? I'm going to watch that one. I did see it. I did see when the, what's his name? Kevin, the detective, jammed up Ty. I saw that one. But again, I was trying to comb my hair, so I couldn't watch that one. I did watch Brooke. They're actually going to drive Brooke over the edge. Brooke is going to go into a depression. All three of them are nuts, in my opinion. Juanita, good evening. How are you? How are you? Helene. I always see Helen because I have an Aunt Helen, and I don't see the E at the end, so my apologies for that. Good evening, good evening. Tamara Nonya, is Dave's dad in the picture? I had that same question, Tamrock. I don't know. Because he wasn't there. He wasn't mentioned. So I'm not sure. I had that exact same question. Good evening, Doreen. How are you? Doreen, good evening. Good to see you, my lady. Alani says, watch Hope and Faith tell the apartment kids that Isaiah was cracking Mariah in her mom's apartment. I will. I just have to get my earmuffs so I don't have to hear the twins yelling. But I actually do keep up with that storyline. I saw when they were getting information out of Mariah, and I don't think Mariah knew that the twins were going to blast it all over the complex. But I haven't watched that one yet. Those were the last ones. So what's this? Vanessa says, Wayne thought he had another chance with Amber. That's right. That's why he broke up with her. And when I say that, like in a comment or something, people didn't pick that up. But that's exactly what he did. And it took Tamera all of 20 minutes, basically, to move all her stuff out. He told her as soon as Amber got there and they were talking, because he knew Amber was getting a divorce, but he didn't know about Dave at the time. He made up excuses. Amber was on her way. He made up all those excuses. The cooking, which he told her she did not have to worry about. Then he said he's married to the game. He picked, and that she talked too much because she talks smack to him. He doesn't like people talking smack to him. So he thought of all these reasons to break up with her only because he thought he was getting Amber back. But people don't seem to remember that skit, or did it just go over their head? Because that is what happened. You're right. He is now seeing that door is locked and it's blocked. Thank you, Vanessa, for putting that out there. Because a few people remember it, or they know it, they understood the conversation, but it seems like a lot of people, they just didn't pick that up. They thought, oh, she won't cook. This the cooking thing, whatever that's about right now. I'm so sick of hearing about cooking. I don't know what to do. It's like, go cook your own food. All these people whining in the comments about somebody cooking. How about you go cook? How about if you're a mom, teach your son how to cook? These are not the early 1900s. Times change. And most women don't plan to go back. Now, if you cook, like Stephanie cooks every single day. I used to cook every single day. Now, I don't cook. My husband cooks. And my son is a top chef in the military. And he cooks for White House, Pentagon, Joint Forces. He has 33 chefs under him. So he learned to cook from mom. But now he's a master at it. And I shouldn't talk about what he does because I'm not supposed to do that. But anyway, so I taught my son to cook, and I told him, because maybe you won't be married, who's going to cook for you? Or are you going to always expect your wife to cook for you? And I told him, son, we don't live in those ages. But I didn't have to tell him. He already knew it, Excuse me. But he also likes to cook. He loves to cook, actually. The only thing he doesn't want to cook with me ever again is gumbo. He said, Mom, it takes you a long time. That's because I'm very, very clean. And then I have to cook 2 pots because my daughter's pescatarian / vegetarian and vegan. The one that was engineer, double master, turned flight attendant, that one, my son's twin, but she's actually rated Mensa on the IQ scale. But do you, boo? That's her life. They travel so much. I can't tell her what to do. Those are, that's her life. And they travel. They travel for free. I travel for free. His parents travel for free. And they travel a lot. Live your life. Whatever makes you happy, do that. And she said she doesn't like being tied down to these people who make all these arbitrary rules, and I get that. So in my day, I had to go to school and I had to work and all that good stuff, and that's what we did. Hi, Donna Robinson. Welcome in, Donna. Donna says, hello, Nonya. I hope again understand. And please, if you are in the bushes, please come out and hit the like button. Moderators, can I get a count on how many people are watching and how many people are just visiting? Please, thank you so much. Yes, Hope, I did see it, but I was just running late. Well, not late, but, trying to do something to my hair. Because it's getting longer and I want it cut. He doesn't want it cut. I don't go to the beauty shop, because I don't have time. It's like I don't do my nails. But anyway, I will eventually. We have, it looks like 78 people watching. Shayla once called Wayne and told him Tamera was homeless. I remember that. And why did he not give her the apartment? Tony and Shania's apartment? She said that, Angela? But now he loves her. Wayne's playing games with Tamera. I don't think Wayne wants her in that apartment. I think Wayne probably wants her back in that house. And he does act like he loves her, but we know Wayne. Is he somebody that I would trust? No. No. Not that he can't change. He can change. And plus, if he told Amber he wasn't ready to retire. He wasn't ready. And so she married Anthony. And she learned to love Anthony. And Marion says, good evening. Can I get a count, please? Good evening, Marion. How are you? Ann Jones, my husband's watching the old series Hunter. He's watching Hunter. I used to love Hunter. And I'm catching up on some work. Glad to listen and work. Thank you, Ann. I used to love Hunter. I did. And you know that guy was a football player? Did you know that? The Hunter guy? I forgot his name, but he was a football player. Prayer. Vanessa says prayer changes things. And this may be the time of redemption for Amber and Dave, for his parents to visit them. Oh, chains are made. They're made to be broken. And we don't see Amber praying as much as she usually does, but we see him, and I'm sure he's praying for her as well, but I want to see Amber pray too. I want to see Amber pray also. And she prays in real life, and I love to hear Amber pray. I mean, when she prays, she gives you goose pimples, I'm sorry. She gives you goose pimples because she just prays, and she's just very touching with it, I can see why Amber extended the invite. It was appropriate, even if they declined. I do agree, Tamrock. Did she ever call the mom, though? I know she called the sister, she called the daughter, but has she got the nerve yet to call mom? That's what I'm wondering. And Tamrock, that's what I would do. I mean, if they decline, right? I mean, that's what you do. You invite them. That's their son. I would. I mean, you can't walk around in fear in life, right? Especially if, it's the right thing to do, then you should do it. And yeah, give them a chance to decline. Chains are made to be broken. Yes, they are. Then the Lord will release the chains. He opens the doors. And when the doors are closed, I have learned to understand and to believe that if the doors don't open, you try a couple of doors to do something. If they don't open, that's because you're not supposed to go through that door. Keep pushing that door if you want to. You're going to not be so happy when you get to the other side. And I learned that, like, I don't know, late teens maybe, because my grandma had told me that, my grandmother. And, you know, you believe it, but hard head make a soft behind, right? Mm-hmm. Just like my current husband told me don't marry my first husband. I did it anyway because I was being hard-headed. Hi, Himmy girl. How are you? Somebody sings a song, Stubborn Kind of Fella? Who sings Stubborn Kind of Fella? Is Dolly here? Dolly would know. She always knows music. Anyway, Himmy girl, it is good to see you. I haven't seen you in the comments. You doing okay, Himmy girl? I hope so. Donna Robinson says, I don't want Tamera back with Wayne. I didn't watch the skits, but Tamera must know that Wayne will continue to break her heart as long as she allows him to play with her. I think he misses her. And you know what else I think he misses? Same thing Amber used to do, fuss at him. Same thing, fuss at him. I think he misses that. But is that enough to get her to come back? Is she going to go back to Wayne? We shall see, right? And keep in mind also, he doesn't have a number 2. You know, Wayne lines them up like dominoes. He's always got the current girl or woman, and then he's got one lined up. And like Sarah was after Amber, right? He's always got them lined up. Dolly did a whole list and typed it in the chat of the ones that were lined up. I didn't watch any skits. Kenyatta says, I'm getting caught up here. Okay, Kenyatta, if you have questions about something going on, let us know. Somebody is bound to know what's going on. And then Angela says, I do like the question, where's Dave's father? That question I do like, Tamrock. And no, I don't want her. I don't want her to because I don't want to see her get hurt. And he would have to prove a lot to me. And he stood there and he lied to that girl today. And this is what made me say, wait a minute. Because if you saw my review, and please look at the reviews, they're just short videos that we do. Either they're reactionary or like a couple of mine are critical, where I say, I didn't like that skit. And I say why I didn't like it. And it's okay for us to do that. I do reactions. I do the review and I put in what I actually think. It's not a summary, so it's not going to have everything in it. That's not what it's supposed to have in it. It's not supposed to have everything in it. You're not summarizing it. You're giving your natural reaction to it, right? Let's see. Oh, I was saying, he had the audacity. Now, if we remember, and I think most of us do, he gave her a whole laundry list of things that the queen, as he called her, didn't have to do. A whole laundry list. On that list was cooking. She did not have to cook because he has chef. And what does he use as the reason, which is right now the running silver thread through these skits? Because she didn't cook. Wayne, you still lying to her. And then Tamera not thinking, I guess she was in her, I don't know, giddy mood or something. She didn't remember that he told her she did not have to cook, yet she took accountability for it. Did she need to do that? Did she need to take accountability for something that he told her she did not have to do? Now, she could have cooked on her own if she wanted to, but not once did she say, Wayne, you told me I did not have to cook. I saw her look in the refrigerator before, but I've never seen her look in the oven. But would you have taken accountability for not cooking when he specifically told her that she didn't need to cook because chef does cook? And she said, I take accountability for that. Is that because she could have and she just didn't? We do know that she did take one cooking lesson, her and Shayla. So, but the foolishness that Wayne dishes out, he finds a way to dish it out some kind of way. Maybe he thinks we're going to forget. I know that he did say in one of his lives or something that he's always dropping hints. We know. That's why we do what we do. We catch almost all of them, I do believe. Once in a while, I'll know it's a hint, but I won't know what it means yet. But he did tell her that. And she could have came back and said, Wayne, you told me that you didn't really need me to cook because of Chef. But she didn't. She just took accountability for it. And that right there told me Tamera wants Wayne back. I could be wrong, but why else would she say it unless she didn't remember he told her that? Or she was just playing the game along with him. I don't know which one it was. What do you think? Can you put it in the chat if you have a thought on it? Is Dave's family going to avoid his son forever because he's with a married woman because they love each other? Depends on how strict they are, I guess. There are people who don't speak to their children for less reasons. I couldn't not speak to my child. Ann Jones says Amber needs to walk away from the marriage and ask for nothing. Be free. The money is not worth it. Dave's parents can be a good guidance. And Ann, I actually said the same thing, but you know what? I still wonder, because Anthony is the way he is, would Anthony sign the papers? Or would he not do it out of spite? Anthony is a cold piece of work. We look at him and we think, oh, well, people did. I never thought he was a nice guy, even when he came to the skits. I thought he was fake. But anyway, I used to say that. And then one day he did something that was just, I think when she slapped him, he kept calling her all those names and she slapped him shortly after that. And he got up smiling like the devil. And I thought to myself, even if she says she'll walk away with no money, he probably still won't sign the papers because it doesn't bother him. He's not a godly man, as we all know. The only God he knows is his money, right? He'll pretend to pray. I think the one time he ever really prayed was when he said, put Amber's pain on him. So I used to say the same thing. Will he let her go if she says she doesn't need his money? Because even if she accepts that $150,000, but she knows he hid his money, which is why she's asking for what she's asking for, even though the court is going to rule on it, on whatever they mediate, will he sign the papers? Is he just that doggone evil where he might say, no, you'll never marry Dave? Is Anthony that evil? He brought Denisha up in there like it was the thing to do. But we see he didn't tell his attorney what he did because he knows it's wrong. And if you ever look it up, if you block the comfort of your spouse in the marital home, the courts will assess heavy duty financial amounts against you. So what he's doing is absolutely out of pocket. Does he care? Nope. Does he even care to tell his attorney? He must know it's wrong because he didn't tell her. So, Ann, I used to be with you. Now I'm back to where I was. Ask for 50%. It's an equitable state. They'll give her more or they'll give her less. 50-50 doesn't necessarily mean half. It just means let's mediate. And I know, well, I'm in California, but our laws are quite similar. And that is here what 50-50 means. It just means divided. Doesn't mean it has to be 50-50 equal. But when the courts find out And this is why I'm so angry with Constance. When the courts find out he hid his money, that's another penalty that goes to Amber. And where's her laptop where Brittany left her all of his information? And I hate to say, do the writers think we forgot? But I hope they're listening, because we didn't forget. I know I didn't forget. So what's really going on? They're just stretching the storyline, I guess. I don't know. And Kenyatta, I understand it. I got so tired of the podcast. I wanted to stop watching it, but being a reviewer, I really couldn't. No, she only spoke to Amber. Well, she needs to speak to her son too, because he's in it with her. And that's what people don't seem to understand. That woman's not doing it by herself. And I think I did say, where's his dad that day? Like, I mean, dad could have been at work or something, but I did wonder where his father was. Angela says, hey, Donna, me neither. Plus, I don't think Wayne wants Tamera. He just can't be satisfied. And there are men that are that way. Please hit the like button. Can somebody get me a count? I would appreciate that very, very much. Let me scroll back up to the top. Stubborn kind of fella. I know stubborn kind of fella very well. There you are, Dolly. I just asked about you. Did you get my email? I responded back to you about that concern you had. You don't have to type it in the chat. I hope you got my email. That wasn't for you. That wasn't. Trust me. Yeah, I remember stubborn. Why is this? It's repeating the comments twice. What's going on? Turn my phone down. Let's see. I saw the Ernestine one. I was glad of that. Let's see. Let me see what else I missed. Yeah, he did say for a week. If I skip your comment, please type it again and just put a red flag or something on it. Because the way this chat moves, it doesn't look like the chat you're looking at. I can go up and down, and it looks different. We have 65 watching and only 30 likes. You guys, can you hit the like button, please? I will hit it for you. Come on, hit the like button. And most of you, I was your moderator anyway, so hit the like button. It wasn't that bad. Nonya, Marion, Dolly, and a few more moderators are here. I'm glad. Good. Thank you. I kind of figured it might be busy today, but I wanted to get on because I didn't last night, and I felt bad, but I really I was so over the skits yesterday. I was over it. I'm so sick of that doggone podcast. Tamara, at first I thought you said jealousy was a natural emotion. I was like, what? I know Tamara didn't type that. Because I'm not jealous of anything. I mean, why? Like, I don't know, maybe some people just are, right? I don't know. I don't get it. Let me see. So I'm still scrolling. It loads a whole page of comments, and I have to scroll to the top. That's what takes us so long sometimes. If Miss B is here or Stephanie is here, and we're always saying, where are you? Where are you? Because it puts a whole page of comments, but it puts it above the comments. I don't know. I don't know why it does that. Yeah, Dave's Kenyatta, Dave's sister is hiding behind religion. Hi, Michelle. Good evening, Nonya. Oh, you're out of the bushes tonight. Michelle, run in there and tell them to hit the button and come back. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Please hit the button if you guys are watching. It don't cost you anything. Just hit the button. Nonya's, Donna says, don't worry. Oh, you're so sweet, Donna. Thank you. Don't worry. We have your back on the channel. You will get monetization. And I'm trying to, sometimes I'll like not pray for something that I think might not be that crucial to me, but quiet is kept. This is crucial to me. It's crucial because I like doing it and I want to be able to afford to do it, because if you really think about it, it has cost me a pretty penny. The software, the space, just a lot of stuff. But the channel looks great. The algorithm's pushing it out. I can see which videos it pushes out, which ones it doesn't. I'm changing some of the titles. You guys have already seen them. So when you see the titles, I think you'll like them better. I'm a researcher, so I just keep doing it. But thank you for that. And you know what? I am going to speak it into existence because I want to keep doing this. I don't want to have to go ask my husband for money. I really don't. I'm like that. They'll give it to me, but I don't want to. I want to do it myself. And I'm not broke. I'm not rich, but I'm not broke. So anyway, if Dave is buying that house, Amber won't be getting an apartment. That's true. And I hope he is buying it. Oh, you're okay. I'm glad. Michelle and her husband are going to take everybody's money. Maybe Mary. That's why he kept the drive. I saw that this morning. I'm at the point where I wouldn't mind if Amber took a settlement offered, but asked for $10K per month instead of $4. I like that. $10K a month is not going to hurt. And it's not like it's not like she's broke. She wants to be paid for the abuse, for the affair. Now for Denisha living in her house. There's only so much you can do to a person. And people say, why is Amber broken? And my response to them is, what if it were you? How would you feel? And do you know they don't have an answer back? How would people feel if all the stuff that happened to Amber happened to them? Amber is gullible. She's nice. She has good heart. And then people don't like her because she's pretty. Oh, so she's entitled. But I'm not going to even get into that because I just can't. Sometimes I can't fathom how people think the way they think sometimes. Yeah, they need to stop the Wayne and Amber narrative. She hasn't touched that man in 3 years. And then also, it's and I hope it comes out in the podcast, since he always wants to go personal, because when she challenges him on business things, he goes personal. Have you noticed? But I want it to come out in the podcast. The women already know. Tell the world. Let Wayne say he doesn't care. He'll care. That's why he doesn't talk about it. He doesn't want to talk about it. Let Amber tell on the podcast, like she told them, I didn't do that dirt alone. I did it with you. That's what she said in the podcast room. Say it on the air, Amber. Let Wayne take a bite of that apple. Tell the world. Let's see how Wayne likes it, since he wants to hide from it and blame it all on Amber. Oh, Amber did all this by herself. What happened to Wayne? He just turned into a little monster. Like Dennis the Menace. Okay. And now, let me go ahead and get started. Dolly says Charity's attitude is wrong, and facts are that Amber's still married because separation maintenance in Georgia, SKIT legal separation. The person is still legally married until the divorce is final. And then Kenyatta says they need to stop. Yeah, they do need to stop with the narrative. It's old. It's like that's all they got. And I knew when it happened, I didn't expect them to drag it out this long. And even Anthony knows that he pursued Amber throughout their entire engagement, and he pursued her during the separation. And during the separation, nothing happened. And Anthony could care less. He doesn't like Amber. He will never like Amber. And he didn't like Amber before he found out about Wayne. So when people say, oh, Anthony loved her, did he really? He did for a month or two. Anthony loved Ro. He wanted Rolanda. And he should have stayed over there and left the divorce papers where they were and divorced her then. But Ro didn't want what Anthony wanted. And then Malachi wanted to string him up. It's crazy how Anthony was embraced by Denisha's family, but Amber's rejected by Dave's. And is there a message in here? I mean, are we living in purgatory? Oh, it's fine, Dolly. Thank you, Dolly. The shacking up part is what I don't agree with. I'm with you, Tamara. I have never shacked up, and I wouldn't want to. But I never wanted to get married or have children either. I just thought, when I was younger, I could just do what I wanted to do and I didn't have to worry about it. I did. I mean, I was young. I just wanted to do what I wanted to do. Yeah, Denisha's family, they're embracing him, but also because they know he's rich. I wonder how they felt about Big Kai's dad, the trap star. Did I say trap star? I didn't mean our trap star. I mean the dad, the trap house star. I wonder how they felt about him. Marion, the mom, told Amber she wants to talk to her about the covenant. Oh, really? That's good. I mean, I don't think she realizes that Amber is very spiritually aware either. Because in the conversation we heard, that didn't come up. So I don't know that she even knows. Marion, you said, why would Amber be broken? Oh, you mean because of Shayla being her best friend and because they had a baby, supposedly, while he was still married to Amber, and because he moved Denisha into the house, he let Amber walk in and he was wide awake and he started grinning from ear to ear when he let Denisha spend the night. And then he abused her mentally. And before the Denisha thing, he didn't even talk to her. If you notice, all he ever wanted to do was have sex with her. They hardly ever talked. Every time she asked for something, he'd say no. Is that enough reason why she would be broken or no? That's why she's broken. When you get married, there's a covenant. You don't expect it to be treated like the muddy doormat. You don't expect a woman to be moved into your house sleeping in your bed and you can't go home because there's another woman living in your house. Why would she be broken? Be called all kinds of names because the man doesn't like you. He took her bar away. What did he do with the money? Hopefully he put it in the joint accounts. If it were me, he'd be broken. That's why she's broken. You can only do so much to a human being, especially one with a good heart. Now, if you got somebody like a Denisha or something, try that mess with her and see what happens. Like she even told Anthony, and she said it with a straight face, but then she said, I'm joking. She said, I unalived somebody. Remember the skit where she told Anthony about the bad things she did? Remember that skit? First thing she said was, I unalived someone. And then she said, I'm just joking. And she didn't even crack a smile. Try doing what he did on a person like Denisha. She already told Anthony if he tried to mess over her, she would do this to him. And we know that means unalive. Yeah. So why is she broken? That's why. Hemi girl, I say the same thing. So are they saying Amber is a scorned woman and Anthony is glorified? She's more than scorned. That woman, her spirit is broken. You guys have you ever seen a person whose spirit is broken? No. When they're hopeless and they get lost and they don't know where to turn for help. And remember, she can call her dad on the phone. He's not the greatest dad on earth. But then she's got Ernestine. And then people, why is she always calling her cousin? Probably because that's the closest person to a relative she's got. Because we know Amanda's not. Amanda sat there and told her dad she had 4 men. And Amber had nobody. She saw Kelvin. She saw Victor. She slept with nobody. And he believed it and told her basically she was garbage. So who does Amber have? Who? Like, I'm at the point where I wouldn't mind if Amber took the settlement. Yeah, I'm sorry, I read that. Yeah, I agree with you. Angela was referring to Dave's mom. Talking to him when they were in LA. I'm okay, Auntie. I read that part. Angela, I hate how they portray Wayne as the be-all, end-all. I would like to see Tamera with King. Me too. Donna, I want to see her walk away from him. I'm so sick of him. And you know what? I think, is he going to get karma eventually? But at this point, Wayne has gotten to the point where I really don't want to watch him because he just makes all this mischief and nothing ever happens to him. Nothing ever happens to him. He just keeps it up. And he's making it hard to watch the skits because he's always in someone else's skit who we want to see what's going on, but we have to look at him and his, I call it puppeteering. He's a puppet master, as Stephanie would put it. He's a puppet master. And he's annoying. He's not, to me, he's not funny anymore. He used to be funny, but not now. Now he's irritating. And it makes it hard to watch for me. I don't know about anybody else. I just don't find him funny. I find him cruel. And I find him to be heartless. But maybe that's just the nice person in me. I don't know. Please hit the like button. We have 89 people watching. Can you guys hit the like button, please? It won't cost you anything. It's free. Please do. I was viewing yesterday's video and it cut off in the middle and said it was private. Oh, Tamera, I probably put it in private for a reason. I will do that. And if it does happen to you, I apologize. It should be out of private now because once we're done with a live, and this is just an example, Tamera, do you know it takes almost an hour and a half sometimes for it to finish processing our view for our live stream. It depends on how busy they are. So I needed to make an edit on some part of the video. And I have to set it to private in order to do that. So when I make an edit, because I had a long piece of video in the beginning somehow, I don't even know where it came from. So I set it to private so it wouldn't be showing on the screen because it was just like this whole chunk of black. And that's software. That's a software bug. So I set it to private so I can cut that out. And I don't know, I can't tell if anybody's watching it. So the video is out there, Tamrock. I don't have anything else that's in private, but that's why it does it. And it's like, you don't want to leave something bad out there for people to see. So you set it to private. But what YouTube is supposed to do, if you've already been watching it, then you have the link. It's supposed to let you continue to watch it. So I'm glad you told me that it just cut off, because if it's private or unlisted, and you're watching it, it's supposed to let you continue. So I will report that because that's what it's supposed to do. When we set something to private, that means don't give the link out to anybody, at all, any newcomers, so we can do whatever it is we need to do. So I don't know why I did that, but I will let them know. Okay, and thank you. And then also, Tamara, the Tea with Me video, or the Tea with Me live, that one I had to change to a video because it's set for 24 hours, like going around in a circle. I have no idea what was going on with that video. It's no different than any other one that I do. So I downloaded it because I have the backup copy, which is on the software. And then I have the copy that's on YouTube. So I took the backup copy and I cut off the beginning of all that garbage, and then I made it into a video. So if that's the one that says Tea with Me, the Tea with Me, it's in a video stage because I don't know what was happening to it online. It was doing really strange things, but that's not the first time it's ever done it. So I mean, sometimes they have glitches and it just don't, it just does weird things once in a while. So if that's the one you were watching, it's under my video column and it still has the pink thumbnail, Tea with Me, on it, if that's the one you were watching. But otherwise, I didn't set anything else to private, just that one. So I hope that's the one you're talking about. And I do apologize. If you don't mind, can you put it in the chat and then I can write the name down? Like, just tell me what it was about. I am changing the titles to make them more clear. And Mary says, Michelle and her husband are going to get the money. I agree. I love for Amber to tell her attorney. And 25,000 plus 10,000 a month. I wouldn't ask for 25K. You see how Wayne laughed so hard at what Anthony offered her. But Anthony, I think, is going to end up broke. And I've been saying that from the beginning because the only thing he cares about is his money. Kenyatta, Dolly says, Kenyatta, I know she's using Amber being married as leverage. Marion, I remember the mom said she was not talking about Amber and Dave. She was talking about the covenant. The mom said she saw that they both love each other. Yeah, and what do you do when you can't get your spouse? This is Wayne's World, but typically courts don't make you go 5 years or whatever in limbo mode when you're getting a divorce. Your attorney can step in and ask the court to intervene. And I just know that from experience, that they can do that. Nonya, don't worry, we have your back. Thank you. I did read that. Something's not right with Dave's sister. She's very weird. She is very weird. 250K one time, 10,000 a month instead of 4. Mary and I like that better. And if Michelle and her husband steal that money, Anthony's not gonna have a penny. Nor Darren, nor Ben. Tamrock says Charity can oppose the relationship with Amber and Dave, but she doesn't have to be so mean. She needs to grow up. She's a jealous, hateful little something. Good night, Nonya. I'm out of the bushes tonight. I did read that. See how it mixes up the comments? I don't know why it does it. I don't know. I think the software might be relatively new, and maybe they still have a few kinks in it. We call them bugs. Maybe it still has a few kinks in it. I was hoping Amber gifts Dave a copy of her divorce decree. Yeah, if Anthony were to sell it. But, and I also used to say, why doesn't Shayla tell him to sign it? He would sign it. Why doesn't Denisha tell him to sign it? He would sign it. But you know what? They won't, because Amber will take some of Anthony's money. And then Denisha won't have a lot of money to take from Anthony. Because I'm telling you, that girl is love bombing him. Just like a man love bombs a woman, women love bomb men every day. and they get what they want out of these men. And men think, oh, they can just love bomb. Men think they're the only ones that got game. That ain't that. Nah, babe. That is not true. Women got game. And we also had a punani. So who's really got the power? Because we know what men want. And if that sounded crude, I apologize, but it's true. So next time somebody is trying to get at you and then they decide, oh, they don't want to talk to you, just know you have the power. They don't. And if they don't show you that they want you, then what do you need them for, right? And you know who told me that? In addition to my 4 brothers, what 3 of them told me, my husband told me that. Yep. But I already knew it because my grandma told me that too. And Charity actually likes Amber. I think it's a hazing thing. She's probably been doing to all Dave's girlfriends. Evelyn said her and Charity got closer after the breakup. And it's been years. So why does, I mean, some exes just want to come in and mess up stuff. There are exes that are that way. They want to know, what do you have that they don't have? They do. And maybe that falls over into the jealousy or the coveting. They want to know, what is it you have that they don't have? Like the realtor. Sometimes, as a woman, sometimes we can stay too long. And I think that's what the realtor did. I think she stayed too long and she was too available. And if he wasn't trying to marry you after a certain amount of time, something should click to say, well, I don't think he wants to get married to me, especially if he's not like really acting like it. But remember, the realtor did say when he mentioned God, here you go with that again. She said that to Dave. I wonder if that was part of their problem. Angela, let's see, Dolly says, Kenyatta, I don't agree with Charity's attitude. However, I'm stating facts that was told to me by someone currently going through a divorce in Georgia now. Okay. It's a conversation between Dolly and Kenyatta. And then Donna says, hello, Michelle. Tamrock, that's why I said 10%, 10K a month instead of 4K. Yeah, 4K is how much Kai uses to go to school. I mean, 4K a month is nothing. None, I remember when you, oh, Tamrock, that's how I remember you. That's where I first saw you too. Yeah. I was a moderator a couple of years. Dave's sister behaves like she has the perfect life. Where's her husband and her 5 kids? And why does she have to go to work every day? I think Dave's sister is pulling up with his ex. You better be careful. Reve, you're welcome. Marion, we both said it, so we're on the same page. Charity, see that Amber loves her brother. Dave's birthday is August 18th. Thank you for putting that on the community board. And don't forget, we have a community board on my channel. So you can always go there, post questions. Anybody can answer it. And the people who run the YouTube, I'm going to call them the guardians of YouTube. They do check the community channel as well. That's why sometimes if you put video in there, I'll remove it. I might watch it, but I'll take it out because they do look for video in there also. So right now I'm not running video and I'm not running it on purpose. I just want to clear this hurdle because next year, check this out. Next year, new content creators effective February 1st of 2027. And if any of you have any thoughts of becoming a channel owner, it's going to go from 4,000 watch hours, whatever watch hours is. No matter how many times I try to get the definition, there's no clear cut. I think it's a calculated formula is what it is. And they don't disclose calculations. But if you're going to get a channel, you want to make a channel, you're going to need 8,000 watch hours. So I used to have almost 4 million. Then I took the Angelina video out, which whereby I lost 1 million views. But it's okay because shorts basically bring in new subscribers. So I'm going to put my music back once I'm done getting monetized, but it is going to be shorter. It's going to be 15 to 30 seconds long instead of 30 to a minute because that's a ding. They don't want you to use video that's not changed. They want you to be doing something to change the video, like change the voice. I mean, we have the ability to turn down the volume from Country Wayne and use our own voice. Things like that. That's what they want to see in shorts. But right now, you need 10 million shorts to get paid on shorts. You don't make money on shorts, but you get penalized on them. But next year in February, it'll be 8,000 per month that you will need. So if I can do and I should have already been cleared. I mean, seriously. So like somebody said, I got pulled out of the lottery. And it's like, okay, I've done everything. And now I'm just making the titles more interesting, to draw attention. So that's a lot because I have a lot of videos. But anyway, yeah, if you're going to start a channel, you might want to start it now because it's going to be 8,000 instead of 4,000. I wonder what Dave has planned for the whole week. Because Amber, here she is planning a surprise party. Did he say that? Marion, did Dave say that they were going to celebrate for the whole week? I mean, I never heard that, so. And then Kenyatta says, Charity has a backstory too and quite a few kids. Where are they? I agree. I agree totally. I did see a basketball in the backyard one day, Donna. I saw a basketball. So a regular sized basketball. So our youngest kid, our oldest kid can't be that young, right? I mean, it was a regular sized basketball in the back. Angela, exactly. She sees it and she sees that he really loves Amber too. And Helene, welcome in again. Why is just blowing smoke up everybody's behind? I don't know. Charity didn't stay on the phone long enough. Protecting information from Amber. Amber only said Dave's birthday was coming up and she was planning a dinner so they don't know the dinner is the day after. That the dinner is the day after the birthday. Oh, because they're going to go to dinner alone on his birthday. Hi, Sharon E. Welcome in. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you, Sharon E. Michelle, I was thinking the same thing, but Dave going to get mad. Tamrock, jealousy's not at. See, there's her comment again. Tamrock, I don't know what they're doing. Like, hope Amber doesn't invite Shayla. I don't think she will. I hope not. Dave is an August baby like me. My oldest grandchild's birthday is the 18th, and he will be 25. My daughter's birthday is the 22nd of August. And then I have a niece whose birthday is on the 30th of August, and I will be 65. Thank God. Yes, that's right, Vanessa. Tamrock, Angela, me too. Shayla adds nothing but to a room but chaos. Yeah, leave her where she is. Stop with the Shayla nonsense. They're just forcing this down our throat. And Dan, we're looking for you, Dan. That's right, Melinda. Where's Dan? Bring Dan out of the bushes. You guys hit the like button if you're in the bushes. Come on, hit the like button. It doesn't hurt. It's not going to make me any money or anything. It just says you like the video. And you've been there watching for an hour and 14 minutes. There's been 90 people. So the least you could just hit the like button. It's the same way you do on most of the other channels. It's just right behind the page where the comments are. All you do is slide it down a little bit, hit the like button, and it just takes you right back to where you were. No big deal. You do it every single day, all day long. I think, probably. Oh, Lord, we get in a party with Dave and Amber. Hope the writers don't mess it up. I agree. Don't mess it up, Angela. Let's see. Angela, I'm pretty sure she won't invite Shayla. She did invite Ernestine, but she told her not to bring Trey. Trey don't need to come. Nonya, Marion, Dolly, and a few more moderators are here. Thank you. And there's another message that I see again. Wayne just can't be by himself. He's one of those people, Handana. I agree. Lauren has said too much, and Wayne knows she only wants his money. Yeah, that's the deal they made in the backyard when they were at, I think it was Shayla's house. They were on the side of the house talking and said she was a ride or die. And I have a brother that doesn't like to be by himself. Thank goodness he's married. But he doesn't like being alone either. But I have a wonderful sister-in-law, and he's a nice brother. He's one of the nice brothers. So they've been married 35 years, I think. Yeah. So thank goodness he got a good wife, right? Do you think Lauren leaves Wayne will bring Denisha? If he can't get Tamera back, I do think so. I think so. He's gonna snatch it. He's gonna snatch her away from Anthony. Why not? That's the game they like to play. Their bromance. That's the game they like. Tamrock Plus wanna walk in Dave's house like she's entitled. Leave Shayla sitting down wherever she's at. Between the sister and Melissa, how many girlfriends has he ran off? Has Dave run off? Makes me wonder, because I was just thinking about Melissa. Because Melissa can block. And did she really go to Italy? Maybe. Maybe they wrote her out of the show. I wonder if she really did go to Italy. Or is she about to do some crazy things? It's time for Amber to be happy, and I hope Wayne will write Amber getting her divorce and moving forth with Dave. He knows we want another storyline. Come on, Wayne, do the right thing. Come on, Wayne. Yeah, I'm talking to, I do talking to the atmosphere because they do listen. So if you ever see me do that, that's why. You know how I know they listen? Because they use our, not just us, but they use people's wording. They use our slang. They even use in the bushes. And people say, oh, they used that before. Well, they've been using it a lot lately. They use the rose-colored glasses that I always use because that's an old school term. Somebody said, ooh, chow, I think it was Wayne. They use a lot of stuff we say. Quite a bit of things that we say. They used Auntie Riri's knuckerbuck. They use that. Yeah, they use a lot of things. And I put an Angie Stone song on one of the shorts that I did. And then Amber mentioned she wanted to hear a song. And she said Angie Stone's The Rain, whichever one of the Rain songs I used. She did. And I had already made the short. No kidding. I think Amber is doing a small dinner for Dave on the 19th. I hope she don't make macaroni and cheese. No, Amber, no. Amber might not invite Tamera, and Shayla going to invite herself with Tamera. Tamrock says, Angela's, she is such a jealous person. That sister is jealous as all get out. I wonder what Dave has planned for his birthday week because he told Amber to be free all week. I'm just happy this week will not be a podcast week. I must have missed a skit. Yeah, we've been punished enough in that podcast office. I'm so over that podcast. Himmy girl, was this on the last video where they did that one video with Amber and Dave? Is it that one? Is it that one you're talking about? Tamera and Wayne had a short relationship. They did. That's because he thought Amber was free. Alani says, watch Hope and Faith tell the apartment kids. I'm going to watch it after we're done, Alani. And they should have let Brooke go talk to someone. Brooke does need some help right now. She's been coddled. All kinds of things going on in the Bethany storyline. I watch Ayanna a lot. But honestly, I'm going to start with the blame on Bethany and Larry, and it has trickled down to Beth. to Brooke. Because, and it has, you learn from your parents. She learned how to manipulate and be a smart aleck. She learned that from her stepmom. Larry goes around and around and around in circles, and he's always making a play on words. That's what Brooke does. She does what her parents do. And everybody gets so mad at her. Is she a brat? Is she annoying? Yeah, but so are they. So I don't put this on Brooke by herself. This is learned behavior. And then they want to stand there. You guys realize that, I think, what is it? I forget how many minutes now, but there's only a certain amount of time that you have to get a message into your child's brain. And then they shut off. They stop listening to you. And all these people want to do is talk to that girl. And now Larry's getting a little abusive, if I'm being honest, or abusive verbally and mentally, not physically, because now he wants to force her to go to the hospital. Leave that girl alone. And quiet is kept. If they force her to go to college, is she going to go to class? You guys really think Brooke will go to class? You can force your kid to go to college. Don't mean they got to go to class. Doesn't mean she's going to go to class. Then they're going to get the first notification that Brooke flunked. They better find a way to get her on board. And it's not by yelling at her and threatening her and all that. And maybe give her the first quarter off. Maybe. And if she doesn't want to go after that, there's only so much you can do to a young adult to get them to do what you consider to be the right thing. Look at my daughter. She's got a double major in engineering. And she decided she wants to be a flight attendant. What is my husband and I going to say? Why are you doing that? This girl did her internship in Sydney, Australia. You think she told us before she signed up for it? Nope. She signed up for it, then she told us. But we wouldn't have objected because we know who she is and how she is. But if right now she doesn't want to be an engineer, so be it. That's her life. She's 20-something years old and married. Who are we to tell her, well, you can't do that? We don't do that. We're not like that. We're not footing her bills. She's married to who appears to be a great dude, a great guy. So if that's what she wants to do. So, if Brooke's going to go to class or go to school and she's not going to go to class, she's going to lay right there in that bed. Then what? Then what you going to do? Go whoop her? Go get a belt? They better figure it out. And the best thing that they could do probably is to let her miss the first quarter. And then maybe she'll wake up. Make her go to work. Let her go to City College or whatever it's called in the South. There are other options than to just drag this girl to school and she doesn't want to go. They're going to be sorry when they do that. Donna Robinson says, Ernestine's got to know that Trey isn't for her. He literally has nothing going for himself. He has no money and no job. He pretended he was going to work. Did you hear him today? Ladies, we can do bad all by ourselves. Yeah, he better go call Tyrone and tell him to come pick him up. Or going back over there with Miss Johnson. And who unalived the chickens? Tell me Trey didn't do that. Did he need a chicken to eat? Who unalived that girl's chickens? That was pretty terrible. Talking about it might have been a fox coming out of a foxhole. A fox is not tiny. Even a baby fox isn't tiny. I think Dave may have planned something special for Amber on his birthday. He might show her the house. Shar needs to yank Brooke up. No, she doesn't. What good is it going to do, though, Tamrock, for real? Now, as far as those keys, Tamrock, I bet you she wouldn't get those keys back from me. She wouldn't drive that car again, ever. Not for a long time. But you can't make them go to school. Because when they go to school and they're not down the street where they come home every day, we used to see there's so many kids who go to school and they don't go to class. They don't go. And you've got to pay, or the kids are the school, they will expel you. So, and she's playing with a HBCU. They don't play. So they got to think about the school more. The keys, ain't no way she'd get those keys back. She would definitely not get the keys in the car back. From what she did today, threw them on the ground like a little snot. She don't need them keys back. But I'm telling you, if they send her to school to a HBCU and she doesn't go, she's going to get expelled. Why can't they give Ernestine a man? I think Ernestine is going to meet a man, and I'm guessing, but this was the hint. Same way Amber asked the Lord to send her somebody, and the Lord sent her Dave. Ernestine asked the Lord for a man today. Watch her meet somebody at the party. Watch. She's going to meet somebody at the party, I do believe. When you ask, the Lord does great, does, like, you have no idea. I mean, well, you probably do have an idea. Yes, Dave's dad is in the picture. He's just not in the skits. Okay. Probably because he's a pastor and doesn't want to be associated with KW. I can definitely see that. I don't know, Hemi girl, if you remember, I was asking, where's Pastor Chris, right? Like, what happened to Pastor Chris? Did he leave the skits? Because we only see Mama Brenda once in a while, and she said she'll only do a skit if Amber produces it. That says a lot. Yeah. And then I don't know if anybody's had a chance to look at any of Rolanda's Facebook stuff, but it's like there must have been a lot going on in KW world, because Rolanda, she won't do interviews, or she hasn't so far. But if you read between the lines, something happened, or a few things happened. Okay, thank you, Hemi girl. Thanks, Tamera. This is good for Lauren because she's a Barracuda. I'm sorry. She's a Barracuda too. Tamera might set Wayne up and hurt him. He has hurt other women. This will be his karma. And Vanessa, I would not be a bit surprised. That's why I'm kind of hoping that I don't want Jarvis for her. I'd rather have King. Jarvis is like, he just reminds me of an old pimp. He does. For one, he's too old for her. And not calling her green, but for him, she's green. I mean, he's not for her. King is more for Tamera, I think. I don't like Jarvis for her at all. He gives Playboy all day. He may not be, but he does give Playboy. Remember when he said about his island? And I think the majority of us probably thought his island had a bunch of women working it, but they were all men. But then he told Delicia there are women. And then he says he has to go around the world and take care of business and all that nonsense. That's not for Tamera. I don't think. And Wayne never acts like he's trying to get Amber. If that's what he's doing, he doesn't try hard. Well, I think the thing about it, Kenyatta, is it's always the things he says. The things that Wayne does, he does them undercover. And if you go back to when she first got separated, go back to the song he wrote. and had Anthony Q do, and how he let somebody else break her heart. Go back to when they were separated and he tried to take his clothes off in the bedroom. Go back to the things that he says to Amber when they'd have conversations. He did say a lot of things to let Amber know he still liked her. And that's a fact. I would not kid you. But that's my job. I have to listen to every single thing. So if I miss something, I won't know it happened. Therefore, I won't be able to put it into my reviews and stuff. And just like on that walking trail, that's why when you look at that video of the party, Wayne looked more shocked about Dave than Anthony did. That's why when he talks to Amber on the phone, he's one way. When he talks to Anthony about Amber, he's a different way. Because he's cutthroat and he's got a snake split fork tongue. He has said and done so many things about Amber, but when he gets mad or when she dares to speak up like a woman of substance, he always shoots her down with something personal because she challenges him when it comes to business, and he doesn't like that. But it's something that is learned, and you would pick it up, but it's not something most people aren't looking for that. So a lot of people do, a lot of people don't, but it comes out loud and clear. Just like when he walked over to her at the chair when she was sitting in his chair. And he didn't ask her to get up, where before he had told Lauren, get up out of my chair. He won't do that to Amber. And the other thing he doesn't like, he might say something smart, but he doesn't like Amber angry with him. Unless it's in front of Anthony, then everything's okay because that's the bro code. But yeah, he does. He definitely does. That's why he broke up with Tamera so fast. He thought Amber was available. He thought she's getting a divorce. He didn't care who she was dating. That was before he knew about Dave. And he thought he was going to get her back. Remember, he said, do I still have a special place in your heart? And Amber said, no, Wayne, you don't. And that's when he knew he didn't have that special place anymore. I can't go see what, Mitchell's husband has, what Michelle's husband has for Ben. Wayne is a Class A gaslighter. Tamera should not get back with him. I agree, Tamrock. Stay away from that narcissist. Because he's the, who was it? Tina. Tina Young said he is a, what did she call him? A communal. Tina Young said he's a communal spiritual narcissist. And I'm supposed to look that up, and I haven't yet. But he's a communal spiritual narcissist. So I am going to look it up. And do you know there are more narcissists in the world than there are psychopaths? So Stephanie's sister is a clinical doctor, some sort, right? And she said there are fewer narcissists in the world than there are psychopaths. Because narcissism is so twisted. Your mind is so twisted on how you do people and things that make you react and how you feed off people. You feed off certain energies or whatever they have to supply you with to make you feel whole. Almost like a vampire, if I'm being honest. I mean, that's kind of the easiest way to look at it. There's some scary folks out here, y'all. And Cam is taking up for Brooke and not letting Mariah ride in his car. I saw that. True friendship towards Brooke. I agree. I said that too about Cam. I actually said it about Cam a while back because he's always so kind to Brooke. He doesn't act like he likes her per se, but he respects her. Tamera never moved everything out. Let's see. Brooke has two options, Donna says. The service or work. There's no need to drop her off at school to flunk out. Get her some therapy. Just laying around doing nothing isn't it. She's going to get depressed. Then they're really going to have a problem, and they're not going to know how to deal with depression. Larry's got PTSD, and he says he manages his PTSD by himself. A lot of people can, and some people can't. Brooke is so thin. Can she go to the service, Donna? Right? I mean, they probably, beef her up, but she'll have two. Or she can go to what do they call it in the South? Genco? Is it Genco? Like junior college? But she's got to get through the Isaiah. And I do think, honestly, that Cam is going to be the one to help Brooke get up and get back on her feet. I think it's going to be Cam. I do. I think it'll be Cam, Donna. Cam taking up for Brooke and not letting Mariah ride in his car. Yes, he sure did that. Kenyatta, Wayne, did he even say to Amber, where did their love go? It could not vanish overnight. Yes, he did, Angela. Kenyatta, he definitely flirts with Amber, but not since he saw Dave. He's been acting jealous, extremely jealous, Hemi girl. Like now there's this kind of like this hate-love thing going on, right? I mean, now he's like pissed. He's pissed off. And then and how many times? I think twice he said, you've only known him for 2 minutes. He doesn't know what all Amber and Dave have done together. And if we think about it, they've done a lot together. All the parks, the ministry, the hollering off the cliff, the exercising, the dinners, the breakfast, the Charlotte. They have had a lot of time to interact with each other. And Dave, if nothing else, listens. So Amber had better be careful, because hi Dave, as much as I like Dave, he knows Amber almost better than he knows himself. He knows Amber. Just like people don't realize Amber knows Wayne. She knows Wayne. She knows how to get under Wayne's skin too. And that's why he doesn't want her to talk, because he knows that if she gets mad, she's going to make him angry, because Amber's going to say something to him. She know how to make him mad. Sure do. She sure does. Please hit the like button. We have about 95 people watching. If you hit the like button, I would appreciate it so much. My channel's new, so it would help if you'd hit the like button. Hi, Charity. Welcome in. Times surely have changed. Charity, welcome in. I think you're new to my channel. I'm HOST-NONYASISCHAT. And here, the way we operate, we're a non-bashing channel. Now, don't be surprised if you hear me go off once in a while, because I will do that. But I am very protective of my chat family. And I don't mean my in that I own them, but anybody that comes in here, if somebody comes for you, we're going to get them. And we're going to get rid of them. And that's why we have some of the toughest moderators around. And I used to be a moderator as well. So now I know that the moderators have it. So I don't really have to say anything, because I'm going to let you have it. Not you, but people who come in here messing around and carrying on. We're not about that nonsense. But yeah, times have definitely changed. Man, we acted like some of these kids. You know what? I'm thankful I never got a whooping before. Never. I'd be like, I ain't about to get no whooping. You ain't getting me in trouble. But on the down low, I was kind of bad. But I grew up in a rough area, so you had to be bad. I mean, you had to be able to protect yourself. I'll put it that way. Y'all do realize, oh, y'all do realize Amber was the one that found Chef Gully? Mm-hmm. Marion, yes. I remember that when she found Chef Gully. I saw your comment too. Tamrock says all these new concerns about who cooks and who doesn't, that's because of the Denisha hype. I know, and it's sickening. It's sickening. That girl is love bombing Anthony. She already turns a cookie off. She already just turns her head when she doesn't want to kiss. Next, what is she going to do? She's going to be cooking for Wayne. And then what's Anthony going to do? Sit there and pout. Mark my word. And all these Denisha lovers, oh, she cooks so good. And look at what she's feeding Anthony. Do you think she even wants to know if it's too much cholesterol, if it's too much fat, is there too much oil? You know, she cooks all this delicious food, true enough, but Anthony has some kind of something going on, whether it's panic attacks, whether it's blocked arteries or whatever, veins or whatever he's got, something's going on with that dude. And that's why I don't want him to get sick, because I don't want them calling Amber, because that's who they're going to have to call, is Amber, because ain't nothing Denisha can do about it. And then some guy, who was it? Somebody that was on here said Amber wears, it wasn't Kool-Aid, I think it was somebody else, that Amber wears too much makeup. Little do they know, a lot of times Amber doesn't even have on makeup. And I know because I have the mask that she has. So when you see that her face is like kind of oily-ish, she just used her mask. And she doesn't put makeup on after she uses her mask, because she has made it she said it was her effort in life to clear up her skin, because she had bad skin. And so she concentrates on making sure whatever the blotches are, could be rosacea or something, I don't know. But talking about Amber wears too much makeup. No, Denisha wears too much makeup. Denisha wears a pile of makeup. But they just think she's cute because she's got black hair and she's got dark eyes. And y'all don't know makeup when y'all see makeup, guys. You don't know makeup when you see makeup. And she wears bat lashes, mink lashes. But they see Amber with eyelashes on. How many women don't wear eyelashes these days? The only reason I don't is, I mean, I wouldn't wear big eyelashes, but because I have cataracts and my eyes will start watering. But since I've been taking my water pill, by the way, my eyes haven't been watering as much, because I would forget to take my water pill and then my eyes would water. When I did my physical, last week or whenever I did it, no, I called the doctor visit that I had. And she says, "Are you taking your water pills?" And I'm like, "I forgot." She said, "That's why your eyes are watering. Because the water is going to come out of your body, or it's going to make your body swell up." All these concerns about who cooks, yeah, it's because of the Denisha hype. Don't nobody care nothing about no Denisha Barracuda. When she starts hurting Anthony, then she's going to be every name in the book. Then I saw a guy cursing so bad on YouTube today. I'm talking about seriously cursing. I was like, really? Is it that serious? I mean, I'm talking about bad words, like for real bad words. I'm like, what is wrong with these people? These are skits. It was shameful when Mariah and the twins called themselves. Yes, it was. They think that's cute. And Dolly. Just think about, remember when they were talking about, I forgot which one was going to have a baby so the man could take care of her and the baby. Like, what's her name? Starts with an L. And the other one is going to be a gold digger. This is what they're putting in these storylines. Think about it. That's what they're putting in the storylines. And somebody said, well, the kids are too young. Not the high schoolers. They're not too young. You got Faith and Hope running around saying that like it's cute. Now, where they live, that's not even the hood. You got to go to a raunchy hood to hear girls talk like that. And listen to these two, because you're getting it off rap songs. And don't get me wrong, I listen to rap, certain rap. I listen to the good rappers. But that's that garage rap. That's what they call garage rap. And now all these, you got youngsters like those two calling themselves those kinds of names. And then the B word is accepted these days. I wish somebody would. And I'm going to hurt your feelings real bad. That's one word that I despise. That's why you'll hear me call somebody a heifer, because a heifer is a cow, right? And to me, that's bad enough. But if I ever call somebody that, yeah, no. I hate that word, the B word. I hate it. But when I was growing up, that was the worst thing you could call a woman or a teen girl. That was like one of the worst things you could say. But now, oh, it's okay to be that. Really, you're a four-legged dog? When Amber said they were having dinner for Dave, the haters came out saying, yeah, I heard. I don't even care about what those weirdos say. As far as I'm concerned, they're weird. They're weirdos. Because as soon as the tables turn, mark my word, when you're a moderator long enough, you know how the tables turn. As soon as Denisha does something they don't like, watch how fast they turn against that girl. Just watch. That's the fan base. So the bots come out and they plant the seeds for the day. I know on Facebook they do. They come out, they plant the seeds. And everybody picks up on the seeds. I don't know if anybody's ever noticed, but the same chunk of comments that are on Facebook, if you ever pay attention to the people's names in the comments, you'll find that same group of comments on Facebook because they get copied and downloaded to YouTube. Watch. I came from Facebook. So, but I mean, it's just something that you might have noticed already. You'll find the exact same comments. Not all of them, of course. It's just, I think, just to get the conversation going. I don't know. They've been doing it for a while and I'm new to YouTube, but they do that because they have to get it started. So if you ever get there and you make a comment and you think you're number one, click out, click back in. You're going to see about 50 to 100 other comments already there because you're not number one. They were planning those comments already. And I don't think it's a secret. I mean, all you have to do is look at it and you can see the same comments. Tamera says, I love to cook. It's part of how I show my love to people. But being an empty nester, I cook. I don't cook anymore because my husband cooks now. And that's cool. I mean, I cooked when the kids were home. We have 3 kids, you know. And I cooked, I worked, I went to school. But we also share. And when I was single, after I divorced my first husband, I can cook. I mean, I can cook good too. And I just learned from my grandmother how to cook. And I used to love to cook. But now I'm tired. Like, when you have to clean boxes of greens for Thanksgiving and all that kind of stuff, eventually you get tired, right? But I'm glad to hear that, Tamera. I used to love to cook. Now, I don't so much, maybe because I'm older. And then my husband does like to cook. So, and that's fine if he wants to cook, because he can cook too. So, and he's very, he lets me do this, you know, or I'll cook on the weekend, like when he's at our shop or something. But I still love to cook, but I don't love to cook like I used to. I think I'm tired, honestly. I think I just got tired over the years, over the decades. I got tired. Hemi Girl said, Marion, yep, she sure did. Yep, she did. She got to learn how to cook vegan food, and she paid her to be his chef for a few months. Of course, Wayne didn't give Amber her flowers and says he appreciated it. Of course not. He's a narcissist. That would be like taking away from his supply. He has to feed his own ego. They feed their own egos before they'll give you a compliment. Angela says, he wanted Amber back. Remember, after he found out Anthony could not find Amber, he called her over and asked her, who is he? And he asked her, where did their love go? And like he always says, Amber will answer my phone calls. And then that one time, she didn't answer him. See, he knew that Amber still cared about him. But when she didn't answer, do you remember Wayne's face? He was in shock. The day that Anthony kidnapped Wayne and Amber didn't answer the phone. Wayne and Tamera forever. For real, Alexis. Okay. Alexis, you don't like King for Tamera? You don't like King, though? Like, at all? I mean, how come you don't like King? I like King because he's filthy rich. He's nice, and he ain't trying to jump in everybody's bed. And he's handsome. But Wayne, I don't want to see Tamera get hurt again. I mean, I know she's gullible and she's hanging out with Shayla and all that nonsense, But at least Alexis, that's his real girlfriend in real life. So that's a good thing. Yeah, he said, where did our love go? Wayne and Tamera forever, says Alexis. Denisha need to go cook for Wayne, and Anthony Amber can cook for her man. Oh, cook for Wayne and Anthony, and Amber can cook for her man. 75 watching. We only have 36 likes. Wow, that's cool. You guys, you want me to block this and make it a private chat, and then the people in the bushes can't see what's going on? Should I do that since they don't want to hit the like button? Should I make it private chat? Why not? They can't hit the like button. They don't need to see what's going on, right? I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. Denisha needs to go cook for Wayne, and Anthony can cook for her man. Yeah. Please hit the like button, you guys. I wouldn't dare do that. I wouldn't do that. I remember that skit, Angela. Wayne is using Tamera to get rid of Lauren. Dolly says, welcome in, Clara. Hi, Clara. Tamrock says, Wayne also wants to stir the pot more podcast content. He knows that Lauren and Tamera will have conflict. Absolutely agree with you, Tamrock. Absolutely. But where's Dan? Come on, Dan. Come out of the bushes. Come on, Dan. Come on, Dan. Come out of the bushes. If Tamera goes back to Wayne, he's going to find another reason to leave her. Wayne just doesn't know how to commit. And that was Angela Atkinson. Sharony says, hi. Hi, Sharony. Tamrock says, Angela, Wayne doesn't stay with anyone. Tamrock, Dolly says, right, Wayne is using Tamera as a scapegoat. And Tamrock says, exactly. Good evening, Minister Yolanda. I was in the bushes eating a chicken sandwich. Oh, I love you too, girl. Thank you for coming in, Yolanda. We got 90 people in the bushes and they won't hit the like button. But I think they're just doing it because I asked them to. Maybe I'll stop asking them. Nia touched Amber today, talking about how she appreciated how intentional Amber is about her dad and she cares for his heart. And Dave's going to be mad at Amber when Nia brings her boyfriend. Dave's not going to be happy because he don't like that guy. Dave might be one of those dads who will never like who you bring home. There are dads that are like that, Plus, that kid needs to get a haircut, looking like Shaggy. I mean, he's not bad looking. You do need a haircut, though. I mean, how old is he? Unless he's just going to be somebody that wears his hair long. The least you could do is put it in a ponytail around her father. I mean, be respectful, you know, because he could be an artist or anything. But dads and moms, they are going to look at you and see how you look. Yep, they are. Wayne makes himself look good in these skits because he controls the narrative. Wayne, the character, will be very lonely otherwise or get women like Lauren who only wants his money. Yep. And he boasts, he brags on the fact that he gives out money because he doesn't have the time. So what's going to happen when he finally does retire from stand-up? Then what? Just going to keep paying and paying and paying and paying? You better try to get ready. He's only 38 years old. And I hope he don't. When I saw him acting, he didn't act like old. When we saw him, he was actually around the corner from our old house at this comedy club. And we saw him and Jordan. And actually, Jordan was funny. Wayne was funny, but you could kind of tell it had been rehearsed or used a lot, maybe. Something about it. Wayne makes himself look good, yeah, because he controls the narrative. And it used to be funny when it was Drip and Buddy. And then Angela says, exactly, Dolly. Stop messing with Tamera. Stay with Lauren. Yeah, stay on over there with Lauren. And welcome in, Sharon E. Minister Yolanda, be careful of the bushes. I go in the bushes. I get stung every time. I say, I'm keeping my butt out the bushes. I'm always in there. Am I preaching? Oops. Am I preaching, Tamrock? Uh-oh. Oh. I hope it's not a bad thing, Tamrock. I don't mean to. I'm trying to like get through the comments, and then I'm watching how many people won't hit the like button. You know, and it's kind of like, God, you guys just hit the like button, you know? Because if people don't hit the like button, then the algorithm thinks people don't like the channel, and they don't see how many people are watching. Because they don't keep count of how many people are actually watching, just liking. But they don't put that into the equation really. A little bit, but not much. Because believe it or not, the channel was strong. But Tamrock says, you're preaching on you. Someone tell Shayla this. Stop trying to force a relationship with a man. Wait, is that that's what she got out of all this garbage Angelina put in her head? To never let him go? How you gonna make a man stay with you? Just make them. You gonna make them? That's like a guy trying to make one of us stay with them. But she's cuckoo. But we know Shayla's off, right? She won't take her medicine. Her mom doesn't make her take it. Her sister didn't talk about it anymore. She did ask Diesel what kind of medication he took. I think she wanted to compare it to her medication. Am I preaching, Tamrock? Maybe Nia called the grandmother or Charity, but Amber didn't tell Nia that she invited Charity and she declined. When we first met Nia, she didn't seem overly in love with Charity, though, right? I mean, she didn't say she disliked her, but she wasn't enthused about Charity, her aunt. Marion, if Nia finds out Amber's married, would she change? That's a good question, Angela. I don't know. What do you guys think? You think Nia would change? I honestly think that if Amber were to tell Nia why, that she's trying to get Anthony to sign the papers, I really think that Nia would understand, mostly because she's of a younger generation, and then also because she's probably got more in common with Amber as far as relatability than she does with Charity and her grandmother. So I think if Amber told her why, I don't think she would be looking at her sideways. That's just my own opinion, but I know that age and, relatability plays a lot in the different generations. And maybe that's why we get along with our kids really well, because we don't try to boss them around, but they know if you need us, we're here. If you need to move home, if you need somebody to move out, we'll be there. Just hold on. Because I'm a mama bear. I don't mess with my babies. I just am. Because I'm a protector, and I know I'm a protector. When Amber prays, she prays for her inner spirit. She's talking directly to our Father. She does in heaven with a true heart, and she allows him to speak to her spiritually. I'm doing good. I've been in the middle of moving. Oh, you moved to a new apartment? Congratulations. It's been a crazy, eventful summer for me. Well, I hope the majority of it has been good. I used to love to move into new apartments, in me, girl. I would move just to get a new apartment when I was still single. I love moving into new apartments. I just did. I don't even know why. Angela says Amon is going to sleep with Shayla, then break up with her again. Yeah, will he get away this time? Nia told Amber she was perfect for her dad. She did. Marvin Gaye released Stubborn Kind of Fella, and now I'm back to where I was before. It seems like Amber, the first woman who treats Dave with love, and she knows God. Iman told Shayla 275 different ways he doesn't want her. And what did the writers do? Have her begging to be with him again and acting as if he never said he doesn't want to be with her. It's like, we don't know a lot about her mental condition, right? But whatever it is, oh, thanks, Tamara. Whatever Shayla's mental condition is, it's when you, oh, thanks, Gwen. It's when you can't let go of a person. You know how you get obsessed with a person? Like she was obsessed with Anthony. And that was supposed to be her crash out, but it wasn't hard enough, so they had to come back with something else. But she's like got that, whatever that obsessive problem is. I don't know what you call it, but like the Single White Female movie. You guys remember that movie? Single White Female? Not the one with Glenn Close, but where that lady started dressing like the lady she was and the movie called The Temp. So it was a single white female and the temp, and they wanted to be like whoever the woman was, the young woman was, and start dressing like her and all that. Tamrock said, I loved your commentary on Wayne wanting Tamera back. You did? Thank you. I don't think I'm that great doing videos, so I'm kind of bashful when I do them. So I'm like really trying to, be kind of professional, but still kind of me, And then I sound like I'm speaking slower because the way this thing tapes, when I'll run it through iMovie and then I go and I'll take out these like little gaps and there's no speed up. It doesn't let you speed up your taping. So it sounds like I'm speaking slow, but I'm really not. But it sounds like it. But thank you, Tamrock. I'm glad you liked it. Because I remember exactly what Wayne did when he broke up with that girl. And then he's getting her to take accountability for it, for something you told her she didn't even need to do. But he's making her feel like did she forget? Or is she just saying that to humor him? Humoring Wayne is not a good thing to do. It feeds his stupid ego. Oops, I shouldn't say stupid. As Stephanie said, how'd she say it? Stupid. Stephanie is out today. She's not here. But anyway, thank you, Gwen, for the count update. I appreciate it. So can we get like 5 more likes to put us over 100? And I do have 34, I think it was 01 or 02 on subscribers. So thank you so much for that. And thank you, Tamara. I appreciate you for that. And I don't even watch the video. I watch and then I just like memorize everything that's of substance. I mean, sometimes I have to write it down if there's a whole lot of stuff going on, you know. And I'm getting less nervous at making videos. This is easier to me than making a video. I don't know why. Maybe I just like communicating. O'Neill told me I'm a communicator or conversationalist. That's what O'Neill had told me a while back. And let's see, Marion says, I don't think Nia would care if Amber is married. She is 24. So that generation mindset doesn't care as long as her dad is happy. Maybe so. I'd say it's age relation also. Iman was distracted with Shayla with her breast out. He's a man, can't fault him. But he knows that she's cuckoo. So let's see how strong Iman really is. Let's see what happens. I mean, we don't like what Denisha is doing, but honestly, I'd rather Iman leave Shayla. And I don't dislike her as much as I used to because time has passed and that's what they wanted so that we won't be so mad at Shayla. I know, I get it. But like Amber said, when you lose somebody, then you'll understand what I'm talking about. Anthony going home wasn't a loss. It really wasn't because she still got to see him. But could Shayla even accept the fact that Iman had a baby on her? Because that girl, woman number 3, that I'm pretty sure that that's the one that was pregnant. They only showed her in 2 skits, right? But I did manage to take one to get a short. And for some reason, I can take really good pictures. I don't know why. But it's like, as soon as I saw her stomach like curved like this and that black cat suit she had on, you could tell that girl was pregnant. And I think she was pregnant for real. I don't think that was a pad. And I think that's probably who the baby's by. But we haven't seen her anymore since. And the timing fits. And now Minister Yolanda says, Donna, Brooke will go to school. I think Cam will find a way over there. That's what I say too. I think Cam will speak life into her. That's what I said, Yolanda. I gotta raise up. That's my Chicago shirt I got when I went to New York with my daughter and son-in-law, and we went to Chicago too, because she lives in Chicago. And she says she's never coming back to California to live. But she likes the South and she likes Chicago. And he doesn't like the South. He's from the South, but he likes Chicago. So I guess that's where they're going to stay. Marion, let's keep our fingers crossed because I love Nia and Amber's relationship. So do I. Iman said Iman gave Shayla a look like he would spin the block. He's going to be sorry if he does. This time he might not get out. We're going to see misery for real. She's going to handcuff his butt. And that might be his karma. But remember, Wayne said that Iman is going to be Shayla's lesson. So let's see if Wayne keeps his word. He said, Iman will be Shayla's lesson. You guys remember that? He sure did say it. Tamara, I wonder why Tamera never mentioned that she took a cooking lesson. I don't know. And had planned to make him dinner. Maybe she just would tell him later if they got back together or something. Maybe that's why. Because she never did, and I did ask. I wonder why she never told him. But did she? Because they broke up right after that. So maybe that's why. Maybe she wanted to surprise him or something, you know? I hope Cam does. I think Cam's going to be the one that brings Brooke around. Nia knows Amber can probably bring Dave around rolling with her boyfriend, Jaden. And Sunshine. Hi, Sunshine. I don't understand her taking accountability for that. It's almost like Wayne was just trying to justify his actions. And he was, Sunshine. He was. And she fed into it. She gave him that. And I don't think she made it, I don't think it was an accident. I think Tamera did that on purpose and said she took accountability for it. Wayne didn't want to take accountability for anything like ever. But I do agree with you, Sunshine. I think she did that to make Wayne happy. I mean, because, you know, Tamera, she's probably like, okay, Wayne, you got it. Okay, I take accountability. But yeah, I agree. I think she did it just for that reason, to make Wayne happy. Because sometimes we'll do things, even if they're a jerk, we'll still do things to make somebody happy. Ask me why women do that. I don't know. Because we're emotional, maybe. Because we have a protective spirit. We want to protect people. We want to protect the men we're with. I mean, men protect us too, but are we not protective as well? A lot of women are protective. I know I'm protective. And I know a lot of women that are protective. But I'm not going to tell you I take accountability for anything that I don't own. If I own it, I own it. If I don't own it, I'm not going to say it. And I am quick to tell you, that's a you problem. That's not a me problem. That's a you problem. You told me I didn't need to cook. So I didn't. And then you want to throw that in my face? And knowing me, I'd say, I will never cook for you. I don't care if you eat or not. I can turn into a real jerk. I can. When somebody's trying to gaslight me or something. And people even try it on YouTube. It's like, really? Well, I look 12 years old to you or something, you know. Jeez, come on. But yeah, I agree with you, Sunshine. And Angela says, Dolly, that is why I say a mom was distracted with that blouse she had on. Even Wayne told her to move. And then Yolanda says, Dolly, I really appreciate Cam being a stand-up guy. Now a girl needs to stand up. When they showed the twins telling Isaiah's business, I'm glad the boys kept the pregnant scare to themselves. Me too. Hi, Michelle Barnes. Good evening. Welcome back. And Buttercup, she says she wants him back for sure. You mean Tamera? And I agree, Marion, is what Angela said. I'm going to read a little faster, okay, because I know we have a lot of comments. And then Diamond says, Yolanda, Cam might be the friend Brooke needs at this time. I think so, too, to get her up and go to school. Tamera does want Wayne back. The energy she was given. It was Tam. I know. And that's why I put, when I did my review, she does want him back. She knows, you know, what kind of person she is, but how many of us will want somebody that is not necessarily good for us, right? We do that. We as women, and guys do it too, but we do that as women a lot. We do that. And that's why I can see her doing it. I mean, we do it. He wouldn't out of spite. Little ankles is petty like that. Which little ankles? They both got little ankles, girl. Anthony, I think Wayne's ankles skinnier than Anthony's. My son is, if my son is with a married woman, I would not turn my back on him. I wouldn't either. I mean, I'd be like, what are you doing? You know me. I mean, I'm like, what? Why? I'm going to ask you why. I mean, don't come up with some nonsense, because my kids don't like to hear me fuss. And I do fuss. I mean, I fuss. I don't yell and scream at them, but I do fuss. I'd be like, you lost your mind? What's wrong with you? They rather talk to their dad than me, because I don't be biting my tongue. I just tell them what it is. And they be like, Mom. I'm like, what? You want to be grown? I'm going to talk to you like you're grown. Maybe you'll understand what I'm saying. Don't come over here playing with me. You want to play, go talk to your dad, because he's going to tell me what you said. Anthony seemed happy when he thought Amber would accept the offer. Right. Yeah, he did. He was so happy because he was basically screwing her around. He knew it. But I do think Michelle and her husband gonna get the money. Right, Marion. Dave says to keep the circle tight for right now, but he doesn't care. To be perfectly honest, he does not care. Excuse me. Not in my throat, drinking water. It went down my windpipe, went the wrong way. Tamara says, oh, wait a minute. Angela, I survived the bushes. I don't go to the pages that have hate for Amber, Shara, Brooke. I mean, why they got people hating on Shara? She didn't even do nothing. If you talk to one guy, half these people go insane. They go crazy. And it makes me wonder, do these people really think like that? If they do, that's kind of scary. It's like over here, my water. It's like stuck on the right side. Wow, that was weird. Tamrock. Now I don't go to anybody's channel anymore. I really don't care what they talk about. If it's a bashing channel, I don't even care. Because I know I know the foolishness. They can keep it. Also, when Amber was with Dave in Arizona, Anthony prayed. And now I got the hiccups. When Amber was with Dave in Arizona? Do you mean Charlotte? Or you mean Arizona? What did I miss? I think I missed something. Nonya. Hi, Gwen. Welcome in, darling. How are you? Yo, that was commendable of Cam because you realize Mariah doesn't care. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I like Cam. Please hit, smash, tap, poke, or push the like button. Light it up. Subscribe to HOST-NONYASISCHAT. It's free to subscribe. Thank you. Thank you, Gwen. And it is free to subscribe. Please subscribe. It just helps a sister out. I hope the Daltons' divorce is over real soon because the viewers are sick and tired of that raggedy marriage. Yeah, Vanessa. Anthony is a demon, too. He has an evil smirk. Yeah, he does. He has an evil smirk. And he's going to end up hurting himself more. The judge can't grant the divorce without his signature. That's right. I need Constance to get it before the judge. That's right, Vanetta, and I've been screaming for the longest. But I think here it needs to be like a year, I think, in California. I mean, when I first got divorced the first time, he didn't give me a hard time. I just told him I wasn't feeling the football scene. I married him because he was a cute football player. Let's see. He just got drafted, but I wasn't in love. Dolly, I love me some Cam. The kid has more character and morale. Yeah, he does than anybody else in the skits. 50% is a negotiating point during a divorce. Yes, Dolly, it sure is. Tamrock, do you mean North Carolina? Yeah, she does. The pen. Michelle Barnes. Hi, Michelle. Michelle says somebody basically take that pen away from Wayne. She got it. She's using it at the restaurant. The pen? Okay, I think I missed something there. You guys can fill me in if you want to. She got it. She was using it at the restaurant. What pen? Tamrock says, I was over the podcast skits on day 2. It was pointless. And it really was. And I just keep throwing this out there, but as a reviewer, we kind of have to watch it because otherwise we won't know what's going on, right? We won't know. So kind of like stuck. Even Ms. B says she was tired. Amber said Dave wants it to be the two of them all week. I wonder what he's got planned. I honestly cannot get past Shayla. I cannot watch her. I know, Kenyatta. I know you can't stand her. But I can't stand her either. It's just that I think, like, I'll tell you the one thing that Shayla has done that I actually liked and I laughed about. And that's when she went to go take her child back from Anthony. That I laughed at. The rest of Shayla's stuff, they can miss me with it. But when she went to go get her baby, I'm sorry, but I was Team Shayla. Well, not Team Shayla. I shouldn't say that, huh? Don't repeat that. Don't tell anybody I said that. I was with Shayla on that one. Because you take my baby across the state lines, oh, man, you're going to have a problem. I wouldn't have done it that way. I would have called the police. But don't take people's babies. And plus, Anthony really has no control over Kai. His name is on the birth certificate. That's it. That's not legitimization. That's just the name on the birth certificate. You can change the name on birth certificate in a heartbeat, like him and Arby did. Tamrock, it's commendable how Cam dealt with the Mariah and the twins. Yes, it is. Okay, please hit smash, tap, poke, or push the like button. Light it up, please. Nonya Sis is free to subscribe to, and I do thank you. I truly do. Clara Pickney, like 54. Let's see. Let's all go in prayer for this divorce-free Amber. Yeah, from the snake. I mean, it's like, come on, Wayne. I mean, why is he holding out? He's holding out like, unless they're trying to figure out how to unravel it, Let's see, Donna Bethany went in the bathroom and picked at her incision to create a tear. She did? She was moving around pain-free until Larry told Brooke she's going to school on Monday. She will try to guilt trip him. She picked at it? Yolanda, she picked at that thing? What? Charity will not like Amber even if she is single. For some reason, I think that Charity just told her friend that. Look at my hair sticking out. Your haircut's so bad. I should stop whining, huh? I keep thinking my niece is going to come so she can do my hair for me. She'll do it for free. And Charity will not like Amber even if she is single. I don't think she would. Free Amber from Satan's son, Anthony. And don't put them back together, Wayne, because this marriage is torn up. Don't try to go putting it back together just to piss us off, to make us angry. He said he was going to split the storyline, so let's see if he does. Let's see if he does it. Yeah, I think Ernestine's going to meet somebody at Amber and Dave's house. I really do. I think it will be the week he shows her the house. I hope so, Vanetta. The hospitality room is open for the people in the bushes. Hey, everybody in the bushes, come on in. You can get a snack. The snacks are available. Please hit the like button while you're watching or listening. Thank you. Please do. Come on in. And just so you guys will know, I think I said it in the beginning that like some of the the thumbnails that I use, like the bushes with the people, I need to put it in like the title, like what it kind of like what it means. So for the bushes, I could just put trying to ask the people that are watching but not hitting the like button to hit the like button. Come out, hit the like button. That's what it means, right? Because they're in the bushes hiding. So those kind of little things I'm putting in, but so I'm not going to have a whole lot of bushes on my channel page, but those are the little things that they take points off for. Yeah. And Yolanda says, Diamond, Bianca was getting through to her until Bethany came in there and started making a mess. I'm so sick of Bethany and Larry. What do they expect? Oh, that's okay, Tamrock. We figured it out. It's okay. No worries about that. It's more Bethany and Larry, and I'm going to blame it on them for making Brooke the way she is. They could have let the girl get a job. They didn't have to be spoiling her and just, I'm not going to even go there, but now they got this little monster on their hands and they don't know what to do about it. So now they're going to try to force this girl who's now 18 years old into doing stuff. They're all nuts. So now they got a little monster. She'll get straightened out, just like Lisa from The Cosby Show when she went off to college. And I know Ayanna did bring it up because Lisa was a hot mess, just like Brooke. She had the nastiest little attitude. If you guys remember Lisa from The Cosby Show, the Huxtables. But she had different kind of parents, and she was still a brat. Denise, did I say Lisa? I didn't mean Lisa. Her real name is Lisa. Denise was horrible. And you know, that's interesting because she used to live in a city, and she lived around the corner from my twins' babysitter. And that's where her family home was. And so when she got the job, they had a celebration when she got the job on The Cosby Show. She was living somewhere else, but they had one for her. And her attitude was fine, but she was good at that part. But that's who Brooke is like, Denise on the Huxtables. The pen and paper should be removed from Chase and Wayne. Yeah. Pure trash for 2 weeks because they're trying to stretch stuff. Hi, Bree. Welcome in. Welcome in, Bree. I'm sorry. I just called this like probably like 4 hours ago because last night I just couldn't do it. Tamrock, no, I said it's not. What happened, Tamrock? They do need to take the pens away. Hey, Bree, what's going on? Hi, Squallow, how are you? Nonya says, thought you were out dining or partying. You know what? Not today, because we own a Harley shop. My husband, we hold a Harley shop. So he was putting together somebody's Harley today. So I knew he was going to be home late. You know, later than normal for a Saturday. Otherwise, we'd be out somewhere, but it's also raining in the Bay Area. So we had an earthquake yesterday, and usually when we have an earthquake, it like rains the next day. It doesn't rain hard, but it rains. But today it rained hard. But he's at our shop, and he's putting somebody's Harley together. So I'm home for the night. So I figured I'll work on some of my some tweaks that I'm making for my page. But thank you, Squallow. And thanks for popping in. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Did you see Kool-Aid out there in the bushes? Did you see Kool-Aid? Where's Kool-Aid at, you guys? Unless he had to go to Washington to go put out some fires or something. But Squallow, thanks for popping in. But no, not tonight. Tonight we're just going to be chilling. We're going to be chilling because he's going to be tired. And yeah. But thank you for asking. Really. But he should be home pretty soon because I know he's done with the bike. I mean, he's already done with the bike. So he was picking up some food for us. Mary and Dave's friend Alex was feeling Steen. Oh, Alex. Yeah, she wasn't feeling him. No, that ain't Steen speed. She liked Trinity, but I guess Trinity, he probably just came to see if he liked it or something, and maybe he didn't like it, you know. So he probably just didn't come back, or because he was super quiet. But she liked Trinity. The podcast was a waste of time to get dressed up to do nothing. That's right. And Kenyatta, they weren't even getting paid. All that work that they did, you guys realize they weren't getting paid for that, right? They're not employees. They were actually co-creating, but they're not going to be seen as co-creators, I don't think, because that's not what the contract said. So Wayne put his name on there. He took their idea, put his name on, just like musicians, just like record producers, things like that. And yeah, that's what they did. But the women, they have the work product. And as long as they have the work product, they're going to have to give it to Wayne. And we're not going to see that. But we know that they did the work, especially, you know, Shayla did something, the Google Doc or whatever. Then we had Amber and Tamera, and then they put Lauren on refreshments. Remember that? When they were at Dave's house? Lauren's going to be pissed. She's going to be mad. But the podcast, it was too much. It was just too much. Too much of nothing, to be honest. I mean, if they had been doing something like to make it interesting, all we got was a bunch of Wayne and his puppet master stuff. I got a feeling Charity is still coming to Dave's party. She will bring Evelyn to Carl's drama. Amber and Dave didn't go to Arizona. Yeah, we know. I known you needed. I think I did, Dolly. And you know what? I was exhausted. I really was exhausted. And my brain was like so over it, so over the whole podcast stuff. It was like, I'm sick of this. But we have to watch it. Hi, Tina Young. Welcome in, doll. Welcome in. I just popped on today. I'm going to get off shortly because my honey is on his way home, and we will have been here 3 hours. So I'm trying to go faster through the comments too, though. Wayne knows Lauren is a gold digger, and she is falling for the game. Told Delicia she wasn't going to fall for Wayne, but she is. Tamrock, it's okay. Don't worry about it. We know. We knew what you meant. Vanessa says Shayla makes your butt hurt. And Dave's sister is mad because her husband is a cheater. He probably is. Well, I guess she still has one. But I wonder, is he cheating with Evelyn? Shea butter, baby. Mary says Amber told Steen that Rhonda is not her friend. And I'm glad she told her that, because Rhonda's not her friend. Hi, Tina. Everybody's saying hi, Tina. Was Wayne using Lauren as a spy? He could have been. I wouldn't put it past Wayne. I think, but you know what else I think? If he wasn't using her as a spy, how much of what she did would Wayne use against her, right? What if Wayne were to turn around and say, because remember, she said, this is personal. What I want to tell you, it's not business, right? That was business. It wasn't personal. She wanted it to be a personal thing. For Wayne, that contract negotiation is business, and it is business. But her little secret, she considered it personal between her and Wayne. Wayne could turn around and say, how am I supposed to trust you when you turn against the other 4 women in the podcast? You spilled a secret that wasn't yours to be telling. He could definitely use it against her, just like he did with the food preparation with Tamera, because he definitely told Tamera she didn't have to cook. And he flipped the script on Tamera. He can very well still flip that same script, different words, on Lauren. Don't put it past Wayne. You think you're the only mischievous person around, Wayne? Hi, Wayne. I see you, Wayne. Because I get real devious, but I used to work in law enforcement too, so they teach you all kinds of things to look for. Mr. Yolanda says, Tamara, be careful saying the characters. Oh, yeah, because they're going to turn around and make them horrible. That's why we don't say anything about Dave. We don't say anything about Dave. Nope. We're not gonna say nothing about Dave. Just hi, Dave. Leave it at that. Because that's just what they'll do. Tamrock, let's be honest, Anthony will give that money away anyhow. Amber might as well get a cut. I mean, and then when people say Amber shouldn't be asking for 50-50, even though we know that's the negotiating starting point. She's not trying to get 50% of his money. Even though she says that, God, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, when they say they were only married for a short time. What the courts will consider, and I only know this because I was a programmer writing for courts and law enforcement and police and all that good stuff. The court will say he cheated in that marriage for almost 3 whole years. How was that marriage supposed to be saved for the wife? The judge will rule in a short marriage, especially if there was an affair, because Anthony was away from that marriage for about 2 years. So when people say, how can Amber be asking for a lot of money? For one, we don't even know how much a 50-50 split is, because it won't be 50-50. 50-50 just means mediation. It means let's go negotiate. That's all it means. It doesn't mean she wants 50% of his money. Even though his lawyer told him he could lose more than that because of Kai. But the 50-50, that's just the number, the way that they say, go to negotiations, right? But he was away from the marriage all that time. So it's not like they got married and just didn't get along. Anthony wasn't present during the marriage. That's why she can ask for a 50-50 negotiating starting point. So when they say, oh, well, they weren't even married that long, trust me when I say, and California law is a lot like Georgia law, when they say, sir, you were in an affair for 2 years, and then you came home, and how'd you treat your wife when you came home? That's how she can ask for a 50-50 negotiating starting point, not 50% of all of his assets. She's not going to get that unless Anthony does something really stupid, like bring another Denisha right on into the marital home. You guys, you can't do that. You are blocking your spouse from having a safe haven to live in. Or reverse it. I'm going to divorce my husband, and I'm going to bring my new man into our house to live. Honey, and my ex-husband, you can go live somewhere else. I don't care. Just don't come back here. What if I told my husband that? That's what Anthony is telling Amber. You can't move somebody into your home when you're married to them. All this foolishness about it's okay is not okay. It might be morally correct for some people, or you can move to the state of Utah and do it because they have provinces where you can do whatever you want to do like that. But in America, these divorce courts will tear your behind up. Hold on. Hi, Annie. Okay. Well, my honey's home. Squallow, what'd you say? Amber has the most chemistry with Wayne out of all the actors. She does. She does. Squallow. Let's see. I'm gonna go through here faster, okay? Because I'm gonna get ready to go. We've been here 3 hours, guys. You believe that? Yeah, they were calling themselves terrible things. Most of these comments we've seen, so I'm going to kind of skip them. Wayne and Tamera are going on vacation, says Alexis. Nobody wants to see Wayne and Amber spin the block. Nah, we don't want to see that. Anthony loves his money and his assets, and that is his God. And that's the problem. You know, you can't put money before God. But Anthony doesn't know because Anthony doesn't know God. He can barely read the Bible like Shayla. I don't know what Shayla was reading the other day. Maybe she was reading like a Bible study workbook or something. And Gwen is saying hello to everyone who came in later. Okay, and not so late. That jump drive will be the demise of Ben and Darren's bromance. Yep, that thumb drive. Yes, it will. Oh, Dolly, exactly. And then proud to think it's funny to be called that and to take someone else's man. And most men, if they cheat, and I only know this because I got 4 brothers and a husband and a bunch of uncles and all that junk. Most men want to go home. They don't want to stay with who they're cheating with. They want to go home. I'm confused with all the conflicts that are being written for Amber versus Anthony's affair with Denisha is being portrayed. That's because they don't like the Amber character, and that's because a lot of the content creators are making it that way. And people believe it. Some people are young. Some people think, oh, well, somebody went to Google and pulled something up. You got to know what they're pulling from Google, though. That's part of the problem. And like you can have a law that goes into effect, right? Like, for example, Kai. You take Kai across state lines, and he's a minor. In the state of Georgia, Shayla has custody. Where here in California, you both have equal custody. So you have to file for custody as the mom. You don't automatically get it. All right. In Georgia, you automatically get it as the mom, right? So when it came to him taking the baby, that is a federal crime. When you cross state lines with pew-pews, with DRUGSs, with children, that's a federal crime if it's a minor. Did you know that? If it's a minor, that's a federal crime. And it's a state crime. You can't take minors across state lines. So like you're going to move. You need to tell the spouse where you're moving to, especially if you're going across state lines. And they say yes or they say no. And if they say no, if they say yes and you don't want them to, you run to court and you file an injunction to stop that person from taking that baby. So you have a precedent that's already set, a case that's already been settled, right? You come in with a similar case in the same state, not different states, because different states have different laws. So you can't compare apples and oranges. So you come in with the same state. This new one passes, and it's identical to the one that didn't pass because courts rule differently. They don't always have to be the same. So now this new one is the precedent. So it sits on top. This one is no longer the valid one. The precedent is the new one. So you can't look at one that happened 5 years ago and compare it to one that just passed today, because the precedent is out of date. So that one no longer rules. So when you take a child out of state, be careful. That's all I'm saying, because you don't want to get into trouble. And as far as Denisha, girl, don't nobody care about what them people think. Don't nobody care about them people. Don't even worry about it. You are correct, Nonya. Anthony only married Amber because Roe rejected him. He knew Amber had been in a relationship before him. Yeah, he went behind Wayne's back. But they want to blame everything on Amber. Thank you for putting that out there, because people don't realize that, Vanessa. Anthony went after Wayne's girlfriend. They broke up for one day. And we know if you break up for one day, you're not broke up. That just means you're not talking to each other. Anthony went behind Wayne's back and started dating Amber because Amber knew that he wasn't ready. The Amber and Wayne narrative is so unalive. It should be ashes to ashes now. Like, however, Lil Kai is evidence. Exactly, Dolly. And that's what the lawyer told them. We all know that Brooke isn't going to college, right? You know, Squallow, what we're thinking. I mean, if they drag her off to college, she's not going to class. She'll mess around and get expelled, especially from an HBCU. But what we are thinking and hoping is that Cam is going to come speak life into Brooke. That's what we're hoping, because Cam cares about Brooke, and he doesn't like that little girl. And he told Brooke about Isaiah. And I think, and I'm hoping that Cam will get through to Brooke, because if anybody can, it'll be Cam. Nobody else is going to get through to her. And they can drag her to school all they want to. She doesn't have to come out of her dorm room. She can sit there and flunk. Nobody's going to come except maybe your residence manager or whatever it is. But that used to be one of those things. The residence person, they're going to be checking to see why aren't you in class. They will expel you so fast and send your little butt home. But Squallow, we're hoping that Cam can do it. And I honestly think if anybody can, that Cam can. He's the one that, he told Brooke that Isaiah was cheating on her. Maybe he low-key likes her because he's always so kind to Brooke, but he never acts like he likes her, but he's always respectful and everything of Brooke. So yeah, if Cam can't save her, then she can go to college. Don't mean she got to go to class. She's going to stay in her room and get kicked out. And then what? So for them to be thinking they can force this girl, they need to think again, because that ain't how life works. She just won't go. She had a miscarriage and lost her adopted son. Yes, Helene, she did. And the courts will chalk that up against the affair that Anthony had with Shayla, because he was happy when they first got those little outfits or whatever. But then Shayla pops in, and Shayla's going off about both the babies, blah, 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 threatening him and all this. And of course he changed because he had to make sure Shayla was happy, because she was having a baby, the baby that she thinks belongs to Anthony. Now, Wayne may not change the dates, but we know the dates. We know the dates, but Wayne said, I'm not changing the baby. Okay, Wayne, we heard you. We heard you. So the dates are messed up. Wayne said he's not changing it. So be it. That's what we got. He never supported her. He stressed her out. Yes, he did. He did. Yeah, they can, they're going to call Amber a villain no matter what. I remember that skit on you. So then the thing about it, a lot of people don't like pretty women. A lot of people, they don't like pretty women, and they'll talk about pretty women like they think all pretty women think they're cute. That's not the case. Pretty women tend to have more self-esteem issues than not so pretty women. A lot of them have low self-esteem. Just because you're pretty on the outside don't mean you're pretty on the inside. You may not even like yourself on the inside. And people don't understand that. And people also don't understand that Amber's not a gold digger. We know what she got from Wayne. He sent her shopping, $30,000. He got her that car. She gave it back when she was done. Anthony only gave her $20,000 to keep her from asking about the joint accounts. He never bought her a car. He never bought that house. And people need to stop saying he bought that house, because he couldn't buy the house because Angelina was in his pocket taking his money. He told her that night, I can't do it. She marched down the street. She went down there. She signed the papers. The next day, Anthony went down there, took his name off the house. That part, right? And then the restaurant, Bar 44. He took Bar 44 away from her and liquidated it. Where's the money? We don't know. Maybe it's in the joint accounts. We don't know. And then the other thing, the restaurant. He bought her a restaurant that was failing. Did he help her to fix the restaurant? Hell no. He just said, "Oh, get DoorDash." And that's like, how's that helping me? But then she met Dave, and Dave turned around the restaurant. Anthony didn't care about that restaurant. He got it for Amber because he stole it. He figured, oh, I can steal it from Rolanda and from Wayne. And that's what he did. And that's how Amber ended up with that restaurant that was losing money. And I also think that the price was $300,000. He paid $350,000. That extra $50,000 was for Shauna to give Amber the blues. And with that, I'm going to stop. So, okay, I'm just going to see if I see anything else that I need to mention because we have been here for a long time. And I know you guys want to get off. Hi, artists. Welcome in. Hi, Daniela. Anthony stood up at Rose's wedding to object. Yes, he did. That alone broke her. But Amber is very forgiving. And that's another thing that people don't see about Amber. They think that she's all these things, but she's not. She's a regular, gullible girl from a broken family. Yeah, she's a PK kid, but her mom died when she was young. She didn't even have a mom. But nobody knows that because they don't take the time to understand the storylines. And that's why Team Amber, Fan Ambers, they know all this stuff because we know the character, we know the storyline. So anyway, I'm going to cut out and let you guys go. I know you don't watch them anymore because he is cruel and inhumane, Donna. And we've got 68 viewers. That was a while ago. Charity doesn't know anything. Charity is going to, I think Charity's going to show up anyway. Bree, you might be onto something. Charity seems trifling like that. Oh, Tamara, you're welcome. I hope I got it right. Did I get everything right? I think I did. Dolly, did I get everything right? Did I miss anything, Dolly? My day one people, Tina, did I get everything? And you don't think Charity will get the information from the daughter? Charity is not crazy about her auntie. Remember, not Charity, Nia. Nia is not crazy about Charity, but I'm sure Charity would tell her. Agree, the storyline Wayne beating the podcast women was overdone. It was so tiring, Squallow. I couldn't even do my wind down last night. I was like so like up to here with that stuff. I couldn't do it. I had like nothing. I had nothing. I had no energy. I had no mental capacity. Anyway, I'm going to cut out. I love you guys, and I won't see you tomorrow. I will be at church and brunch and who else knows where with my dude tomorrow with my baby, and he's calling me to go eat. Come eat. So we got to go. And he doesn't buy hamburgers. He buys food. So I better go. We have a favorite place in Oakland that we tend to go to. It was actually in San Carlos. It's a city called San Carlos. It's a soul food place. Anyway, it was fun talking to you all. I hope I got most of them. If I didn't, please go to the community room or just post it on here. Why don't you post it on here? If you have a comment, just take the time. Just go type it in the comments, okay? Because they do look for comments. And thank you so much. And please replay the videos so I can get across the finish line. Because I've done everything. I've put in all the new rules, everything. So hopefully everything will be fine. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for coming. I will see you guys Monday at tea. Hi, Jacqueline. Welcome in. How are you? So we're going to cut out. I will miss you tomorrow, but I will be with my boo thing. I'll be with my baby boy. Talk to you guys later. Bye, MK. Bye, everybody. Gwen, thank you. Yes, they do. But, Tina, we're not going to say that too loud because we don't want Wayne to come missing them nothing. All right. I'll talk to you guys later, okay? Have a good one. Good night. Hi, Willie. Everybody do have a blessed night. Thank you, Aunt Dolly. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Shirley. Welcome in. Welcome in. I'll talk to you guys later. Hi, Tyrone. You guys take care. And Gwen says, please watch Non-Sis long and short videos. Thank you very much. And you can always go, don't turn the mute on because then they think you're a bot. So if you're vacuuming or something, just let it play in the background, you know? I mean, it puts me to sleep. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. See you Monday. Bye.